What's up, everyone? Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Just Another Failure podcast, and we're back with some New Year's time and some New Year's specials. This episode's brought to you by Muertos Coffee, firefighter-owned and operated coffee company out of Winters, California. They make delicious coffee, plus proceeds head back to your local frontline and first responders. Head over to Muertos Coffee now, use promo code JustAnotherFailure at checkout, and receive 15% off your purchase. Also, 5% of your purchases will go back to our first responders. It's delicious coffee, and it helps our frontline workers. Devin, what do we got going on at the Manscaped? It looks like our faces got manscaped recently.
I know, right? We're looking like two naked mole rats out here, but
I don't like it.
This episode is also brought to you by Manscaped. Listen up, fellas. 2020 sucked.
Balls.
Sucked balls. Hey. But, it's a new year, which means it's time for some new balls. And there's no better way to clean up the balls.
Wait, they sell new balls?
Yeah.
What?
No, they don't sell new balls.
I need new balls.
You can make.
I need new balls.
You can make your already owned balls new. With their products.
I was hoping they sold balls. I was like, dude, that's sick. We can get a new set of testicles.
Yeah, you probably would want that. But Manscaped is the best in men's below-the-waist grooming, offering precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. And they've helped 2 million men all over the world get rid of the hair on their balls. If you let yourself go in 2020 while in quarantine, Manscaped is here, and they're gonna reboot you and help you stay clean and shaved for 2021. I use the Manscaped Lawnmower 3.0 all the time to keep the boys downstairs all trimmed up and looking nice, with no worries of nicking the old ball bag because of Manscaped's skin-safe technology.
Plus, it's waterproof. I love using it in the shower. I use it in the shower all the time. It works great.
And it comes with a sweet light to glow up the balls so you see what you're doing down there. You know what I mean?
Just in case the power goes off while you're taking a shower.
Yeah.
Still got a flashlight.
You never know what's going to happen nowadays.
Exactly.
So they also hooked us up with the Crop Preserver, which is an anti-chafing ball deodorant. I mean, it's like Old Spice for your balls.
Which I actually use all the time. It helps for running, bike riding. You don't get that monkey butt anymore.
Again.
Dude.
They cover it all. But the best part is you can get both of those items and a sweet set of Manscaped boxers, which are super comfy. We both wear them all the time because they feel like your balls are chilling in a hammock. Like, these things are so comfy. And if you order the Perfect Package 3.0, it also, comes with some other stuff and a cool bag to hold all your stuff for traveling,
Win-win.
Yeah, exactly. But they also recently came out with their new refined Manscaped cologne. It's a clean and fresh scent designed for the refined gentleman.
By the time this episode airs, this stuff will be on the market. It is released January 11th.
Exactly. So basically, you can keep your balls and the rest of your body smelling fresh. So head to manscaped.com, get 20% off and free shipping with code FAIL at checkout. That's promo code FAIL at checkout for 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com. Your balls will thank you.
Happy New Year's, everyone. Enjoy the episode.
What up?
All right, here we go.
What's going on? Came in way too hot. Way too hot. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Just Another Failure podcast with myself, Devin.
He's just for your guys' names like he always does.
My ugly friend Matt over here, and then we have Justin and Doug.
The uglier friend, Doug.
I don't know. I think you're beating him right now, so we're good.
Thanks, bro. I owe it all to
Fiji
water.
Keeps you looking young.
It does.
Ding, you need like a counter for every time it's going to get mentioned.
The Fiji water plug. But yeah, these are
that every time he plugs it. All right.
Ding. These are the what am I saying? Founders and owners of
yeah, that's right.
Heatwave Visuals.
That is correct.
Heatwave Visual.
Visual.
Visual,
Yeah.
yeah. There's no
Well, he
S.
called them
There's only
Heatwave
one.
sunglasses, claiming he's your buddy. I'm like, you can't even get the name right.
Well, we
so.
make sunglasses. You didn't even get it fucking right, bro.
I know. I don't.
Jesus, you're trying to point the finger at him.
Hey, it's easier to make
this
him
all
look
the
like an
time.
You
idiot.
guys do a
know?
podcast? Did you do your research?
No, not at all.
I can't find anything on this guy. I keep going to heatwavevisuals.com.
Yeah, it's like nothing pops up on you guys.
I know. We're still growing, dude.
Yeah.
Stop kicking the underdog.
It's still
Jesus.
a failure.
It's still a failure.
Yeah. Every day is just a new failure.
No, that's awesome. So, tell us a little bit about like the company, though. I mean, what do you guys? When did you start? Where are we going? What are we doing with Heatwave?
We started it in 2012 under another name, and then
Which we won't mention.
Yeah, we just
I love those t-shirts.
kept
I have a t-shirt.
kept
from
it
that name.
rolling.
Nice.
So what's
Right
that
on.
been now? Like 8-9 years, or almost on 9 years right now. It doesn't seem like that long, but yeah, we've been pushing for about 9 years, and
It was it was a slow and steady grind at first.
a slugfest.
Yes, a real slugfest, as we like to call, or the eating shit period.
We still eat shit.
We still eat a lot of shit, just not as much. We're a little bit higher on the layer cake, but it's still
Not
a shit
much higher.
sandwich.
Have you guys
Yeah.
ran that as just like a sticker or sunglasses, just like eating shit?
We
still?
eat shit?
Yeah.
Like, my name's Doug Carlson. I eat shit.
That would be a big seller.
I think it would, yeah.
I think we're onto something here. But anyways, keep going here.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to make a bumper sticker that says, "How's my driving?" I'm going to put your fucking phone number on it. And I'm going to put it on every vehicle, yeah.
I love it.
Everyone who's leaving a bar at 2 a.m.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that. That's
Okay.
a great idea.
Yeah. So that's actually like our next product line.
Just bumper stickers.
Well,
Leaked, guys. Leaked. You heard it here first.
Yeah, we started in 2012. We both we'd worked together on projects before. We're super into like product and graphic design, and it had been agreed upon like many years prior that the perfect gift to give someone is sunglasses. It's like, hey, it's a pair of how mad can you be? You get a pair of sunglasses. Am I right?
No.
Definitely not wrong.
And the
Well, am I right
sunglasses-
though? Like, I want to hear you say it.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
You're right.
Okay, thank you.
You're right. You're
And
right.
sunglasses are just like the perfect product. A lot of people have done t-shirt brands and stuff like that, and those are kind of just become like everyday, like, yeah, sure, another t-shirt, no one appreciates them. The sunglasses, with kind of our design experience, we're able to offer more of a premium product at a lower price point, and
Affordable quality.
Initially, we didn't have to deal with sizes and things like that, so it was simple. You could store a lot of them in a small area just in case we had to take the thing on the road or stuff it in a garage. So there was just a lot of, it just checked all the boxes as far as like what we saw as like the perfect thing to do.
You get the fulfilling element of designing stuff and, seeing your ideas actually, come to fruition and all that. And, and then you got to run the business as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what caught my eye with you guys back in the day was
A fish hook.
yes, that totally, yeah. But the fully customizable side that you guys really offer with the sunglasses, and like all the different frames and the sides that you guys could do, like you can even customize what palm tree that you guys want on the side, and that was a pretty awesome idea, and not really anyone else is doing that. Like how was like that thought process kind of came up? Like, was that like how you guys kind of chose to be different, or what was your whole? Because we talked about the whole prior name and like why that wasn't working so well.
Yeah, I mean, we wanted to just be something that was unique in the price point and something that was unique overall. It wasn't just just in the price point, but yeah, we wanted to do something that was different. So yeah, and we just expanded upon like a hinge design that allowed the things to be swappable, and we swapped the lenses, just trying to offer more. And just people like to customize stuff, we like to customize stuff, so it just made sense. And
Well, there were a couple other prongs. I mean, one of the main kind of foundational elements is, you ever like have a very expensive pair of like Gucci sunglasses that
I never have.
yeah, like maybe like that maybe you took from like
Wait,
a
hold
girl's
on.
apartment.
Does this guy actually know who we are? 'Cause
And
He did his research.
and
we
you're
rolled up in a '98 Honda Civic. I just wanna.
and hold on, let me finish. And you're hanging your head out the window on the freeway so you can scream obscenities at someone, and the sunglasses fall right off your face, and you're like, shoot, like
Dag nibbit.
like dag nibbit, like Yeah, and then you stop traffic on the freeway, you get out, and they're in a million pieces. You can't put them back together. Am I right?
Yeah.
And that's just like a whole like Mission Impossible's days worth of obtaining the sunglasses and then losing them. Our sunglasses you could just put right back together. That was one thing. It's like, it offers the utility to the customer, so durability, and it allowed us a lot of flexibility in terms of product offering to where, if we had 5 colors of arms, 5 colors of frames, 5 colors of lenses, we could make unlimited combinations. So it allowed us a lot of product breadth, and what we could offer for being such a small company at the time.
Yeah. Now, like the durability side, you guys kind of got into like with the trade workers and like having your guys' lenses. What's the certification that you guys use for like your safety glasses? It's
Z87 or Z87 Plus.
And
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, your guys' glasses are like really durable, and I use the clear lenses a lot. Riding the Harley at night, that's like my favorite pair. Or even working at the metal shop, like I love using your guys' clear lenses, and they are durable. I mean, I've dropped them on the ground in the metal shop. I've stepped on them and stuff. The lenses are usually still pretty rad after I've stepped on them. The frames fall off, and you're like, oh nope, just pop them back together and get back to work. So
they rarely fall off.
Yeah, they rarely. You have to step on them very
hard.
Very
yeah,
hard, yeah. It's not an easy. It's not like you just kind of tap them. Like you got to kind of almost.
No, I heard you walking in here. You're not like a light stepper. Yeah.
No, I have heavy feet.
But no, that's great. I'd like it. One of the most rewarding parts of building the company and getting product out there is the response we get from customers, which is stuff like that, where people, they get the utility, they enjoy them, it's something unique for them. And there was that whole the tradesmen had been essentially ignored by eyewear brands for forever. I mean, there's a whole generation coming up where just the options aren't stylish, no one cares about them really. I mean, I feel like they're extremely underrepresented in terms of like the workforce and the products that are made specifically for them. So we have a lot of friends of the trades, a lot of fabricators, a lot of linemen, stuff like that. And the response we've gotten from that community has been extremely positive. And that's like, it's such a good feeling, is being able to offer a product that like people, they get something out of. It's not just a toss away commodity.
Yeah. I mean, your guys' frames are cool, like the designs that you guys have. But I mean, your glasses are always like, it also works as a trade product. Like I've been in other countries with my job, and like people will see my sunglasses. Like Cuba, for instance, I was in Cuba one time, and we were like walking down the street, like the little market and stuff, and this guy was like, "Hey, let me get your sunglasses." And I was like, "No, man." He's like, "Take any 6 objects from my market booth, and I get your sunglasses." And I was like,
Sounds like a standard foreign scam.
It sounds like how we got the island of Manhattan.
You got grifted.
Yeah, right.
Like, ooh, six shiny rocks?
Yeah.
6 of these shiny rocks?
I think I ended up upping it, and I got like 10 items out of his booth for a pair of sunglasses back. It was a great steal.
Yeah.
But like your guys' frame designs are super catchy. You guys have, it fits almost every style of face. You guys can go any model, but what kind of comes into like designing the frames and the pair of sunglasses and like kind of what they look like?
Well, again, our background comes from a lot of like product design and wanting shit to look cool. From cars, motorcycles, anything, t-shirt graphics, whatever. We always want it to look original and fucking cool, something that like we'd want to wear. There's a lot of eyewear brands out there that they go on Alibaba and they'll contact a manufacturer. There's a fucking list of fucking glasses, and they go, I want that one, I want that one, I want that one. Put my logo on it. Boom. That's it. That's not something we're into. We're not about that at all. Like, we want our product to be original. We're not trying to piggyback, copy anybody's stuff. We want it to be like a bona fide product of the company. We're not just in it to just to make a quick buck. It's about having integrity and believing in the designs and having it be a reflection of what we believe in.
Nice. I mean, I was gonna ask, when you guys originally started, did you have an idea of like exactly what you guys wanted to do? Did you know you were kind of gonna go with those flashy colors, like the stuff that pops, just to be like original, or was that more something that kind of came down the line?
Yeah, I think initially we thought we knew what everyone was gonna want, and kind of wanted to, like direct it in a certain direction and have something that was like fun and exciting. And then we like learned like fairly quickly that, and some things like slower than others, that that wasn't gonna be like that. It's you kind of got to be in it to learn that stuff. And there was tons of stuff that ended up not working out, stuff that we thought was going to do awesome and didn't work out. And so you got to learn by doing. And that's right now where we're at 8 years later, and we're still learning like what works and what doesn't work. So there's a lot of that.
You got to listen to the market. It kind of circles back to what I was talking about eating a lot of shit. But we learned a lot of lessons the hard way. We didn't have a background in eyewear. And it's one of those things, it's like, it's not about what you know, it's who you know. And like, we knew product design and quality and like what we wanted things to be, but we didn't have any insider industry connections, knowledge, anything. So we just did it from scratch. And again, like, we learned a lot of things the hard way, and that was, we did start with a lot of like flashy, explosive colors and stuff like that. But, we weren't marketing things right. We just hadn't positioned it right. Like I said, we started out with a different name, which we won't mention. And it just, it didn't feel,
caught that.
Honestly, we had to change it because it didn't feel true to Justin and I, to like what,
The
like
logo
who we
was
were.
bad, though.
It's terrible. No, I know. It's awful.
Yeah. I mean, it was fun at first, and it was like, this is going to be awesome. And I think if it would have taken off like initially, like we would be like looking back right now, like, oh shit.
Like why?
Yeah, like this sucks. It seemed right at first, and then after a while, you kind of like in it, and you're just like, man, this sucks. And then we had a lot of things that we were doing that just like we weren't pumped on. It's just like we had an opportunity to change it, and it's like, all right, this is drawing a line in the sand. Like, let's just do it. And then we started just doing more stuff that we wanted to do.
I mean, you guys have blown up pretty well over the last 8 years. Like, you guys have gotten pretty large. I've been seeing you guys a lot more.
That's very nice of you to say. Thank you.
Just moving down here from where because you guys were up in St. Carlos for a while, right? That's
Yep.
kind of where initially was at for a while over there, and then you guys ended up moving down here, and just seeing what you guys have become with the race cars and the Mint 400 and the bikes, and
Like the former shell of men that we used to be.
This hollow, empty shell.
Just a husk at this point.
It'll take it out of you.
Yeah.
What's the Baja? What's the station wagon? What is that? It's
The Volvo.
The Volvo.
The Volvo. That's what it is. Yeah.
The Volvo is out of the office right now, but yeah, it's just some
On
piece
sabbatical.
That sounds about.
It's a piece of crap we picked up for the Gambler for 500. My bad. And it was a $450 car. We got two of them for $900, and
It's a steal.
yeah, and we spent I think the better part of that summer even just trying to get it to run, and then finally got it to run, and then like a week before or a couple days before that event, like it blew the head gasket. The head was warped, and luckily the shop around the corner helped us with it. Anyways, we've been experiencing problems like that the whole entire time with it. We always just blow it apart, and it just doesn't really last that long. But
It runs like a
blast.
dream.
It's a blast.
It's awesome.
Been
Like,
through
it
a
looks
couple
killer.
motors, like it's
Oh, it's so
What year
buttery.
is
a
the
lot of
Volvo?
fun. 1984.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Love
Gambler 500. Shout out to Tate Morgan.
Yeah, Tate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the best.
it. I've loved watching that story.
Stop
That car-
watching, just go.
That
Just
car's
go.
Great.
Yeah.
Just
I mean,
go to the Gambler.
The
I
car
know, I
is
need
a
to
ton of
come out.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a colossal piece of crap. But it should be getting
The car, not
yeah,
the event.
Yeah. It should be getting fixed, and should be a little bit better this time around. But we say that every single time. Every time it comes back, it's like it's better than it's ever been. It's gonna make it through an event and just like blow it up, just destroy it. But yeah,
Well,
it's
we
one of
tend to
those
bang
things.
on things,
You guys have a little test track,
Yeah,
test track outside
yeah.
the
We do,
the
yeah.
warehouse
The,
here. So that,
the neighbors are really hyped about that.
Yeah, that's actually the R&D area.
It is.
over
Yeah, you
there.
go take it out there and go break it before you bring it anywhere. So that's how it's
now,
done.
do you guys put your sunglasses like on people out in that field and just do burnouts and just let dirt and rocks and everything hit them just to really test the lenses and the
It's
R&D?
happened, you
Yeah.
know, like intentional or not, you know, like
Whoever is the worst performing employee of the week, they get put out in the field, and then that's how we dispose of our trash. Is we empty it onto their face.
You guys put the new sunglasses on them and just tell them to stare at the sun and see how they work out.
No, that would what? That sounds dangerous.
That's actually
That's
yeah.
awful.
So no.
Never let this guy keep him away from HR. Jesus.
He's not great with the R&D.
So that's
stuff.
not that'd be
Look,
a massive HR.
I came from a filthy moat, drinking nothing but gray water.
Gray, huh? But now look at you. What are you drinking now?
It's Fiji water.
If you guys can't tell, he's really pushing for a Fiji sponsorship.
No, I'm not. Shut up.
Are you guys looking at collabing with Fiji in the 2021 series? Or is there going to be a Heatwave Fiji?
Here's
collab?
the thing. Like, if they came to us, it's kind of like we'll think about it. Because they're not really in our wheelhouse, except for mine. Because
You're the only person that's really hyped on the Fiji.
no, like we're in talks.
We're in talks.
It's buttery. Do you know why it's a fucking square-shaped bottle?
Why is it a square-shaped bottle? Actually, I've never heard this.
Because it actually does come from Fiji, and it takes up less space in a container when you fly it or boat it from Fiji. So, economical, delicious,
And
refreshing,
economical.
but it's not a Heatwave product, so
Not a Heatwave.
Yeah.
Bro. Have you guys thought about getting into the water business and competing with Fiji?
no, why would we?
It would just
How can
open
you
up the
compete?
faucet, you
Just
know?
open up the faucet a
Yeah,
little
turn the
bit,
hose on.
boys.
Yeah.
Maybe use our packaging.
I
for
drink out of the
something else.
toilet.
Yeah.
The one thing that's really fun about Heatwave too is like you guys have really taken over the retro line. Like you guys from the red hat, like that you're wearing, but the red version of that you guys released a couple years back. The colors, the designs, very like 1980s, 90s, awesome, just glory days of racing and fun. Like what kind of pushed you guys into like kind of the whole retro look and kind of running with the retro, bringing that back as like a full-time thing and just not a collection line?
I think it's just like just doing more of what we wanted to do and just kind of like going back to the heyday of things and just remembering the stuff as when we were kids, and just kind of just getting inspired off of all that stuff, like going to races or like boating events or whatever, from back in the day, and just kind of there was definitely like a different feel and a different vibe to things then that it's just taken a direction and somewhere. People are just trying to do stuff like, I don't know, different now. And, that was,
There's
that
more
stuff's
flash
super
in the
cool.
pan stuff, and like the stuff that we grew up on, that's like heritage stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't. They're not making any more of it. Like, okay. Tell me that's not a little Judas Priesty, screaming for vengeance. Am I right?
Yeah.
Like,
Like bold colors
Yeah.
and things like that. It's just, it's just in kind of what we are and who we are, you just growing up in that era, and just remembering how things used to be. Yeah, and it's just
Pre-COVID,
inspired by that.
Yeah. Pre-COVID
Pre-COVID,
days.
yeah.
You guys remember the world pre-COVID,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
honestly, no.
Yeah.
Honestly,
It's been a hell of a ride.
it's been.
Blacked out after March.
Yeah.
You guys ever tried Goody's headache powder?
Goodies headache. I haven't. Where do you get this?
Well, you have to travel back in time to
Just
the
buy
1980s.
Arby's at that gas station.
Yeah.
You can
Tejon
buy it,
Ranch.
yeah.
Tejon Ranch?
Yep.
Right
Yeah,
there by the
Tejon.
grapevine?
Tejon, yeah.
The old Tejon.
Tejon Ranch, right?
There's
at
a
the bottom
huge.
Of the grapevine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The bottom or the top, depending on.
Yeah, how you look at it.
Have you seen the movie Tenet?
I have seen the movie Tenet.
So it's like, God.
Dude, I haven't seen that, but I heard that one was like absolute mind fuck.
Why do you think I walked in here backwards?
He just does everything in reverse, but it's actually forward.
Doug's actually facing backwards right now to everyone, so.
Yeah,
But from my perspective, like you guys are all not here.
dude, this is.
So I'm just talking to
this is getting
myself.
way deeper. Than
No,
I
it's
was
super deep. I know. Come on, we're not a puddle. We're Heatwave Visual. Philosophizer. What the fuck?
He's a philosophizer. Yeah, you've never heard that
I
term?
like that.
I'm gonna kill you both after this. Jesus.
You guys need to release a philosophizer line. Doug the philosophizer line.
One more time. This is like Candyman. One more time, and I'm gonna appear out of a mirror covered in bees and kill you.
Oh God.
Isn't that how the movie went? I don't
Yeah,
know.
Candyman, yeah.
Yeah. See, he
So,
knows.
I mean,
God. As he averts his vision, he's like, I don't want. I can't cross eyes with the demon.
this is getting out of hand real quick.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, you guys are involved in a ton of stuff now too. What's been your coolest event or collaboration or something along those lines that you guys are able to do now with this company?
Mint.
The Mint is still an awesome event. Yeah, the collabs, like collab wise, it's hard to put like a who's the best or what's the best one, because continue to raise the bar with each one as the years go on, and they're all like usually great companies to work with, and each one has its like element that gets you super stoked. But yeah, the Mint is still massive for us. We like to raise the bar there every year, and just keep running with that one. And but yeah, that's definitely a huge push for us, because we're doing vending there, which is one of our biggest events of the year, and then we're racing in it now. We're doing like big media push. We brought like our friends and the guys that we sponsor, like the Eisenhowers, have continuing to been like raise their involvement in it, and they're racing in it in like a pro class, the 6100 now. And then we got Blake, who's been moving up, and he's racing the Bug out there, and he's going to be racing in the unlimited class with his new car. So it's like our whole group and everyone that we support, like it's just been like steadily like growing and we're able to support them more, and they're able to do more. Jason, we give him stuff still. He's still a
He's
homie,
the homie, yeah.
But yeah,
sure.
I think Jason is just more focused on his core sponsors. They have like their own program, and they're like pretty like insular, and we've run stickers on his truck before, and it's just like he's super busy, and it's like we're obviously not going to be able to like put a dent in their probably probably close to $1 million budget for racing, and they're just super focused on the family, and so Jason wears the stuff, but yeah, he's more of just like the friend right now. But if he wanted to, like we certainly talk. Yeah. But he lives right down the street.
Yeah,
he does.
He lives like
he's close.
right there,
Yeah.
like an exit away.
Yeah,
so.
Jason's definitely a good friend, but like their racing program's super serious, and I just think that the sunglass thing for them is just like, oh yeah, just maybe more work for them. I can't really say for Jason, but yeah, like he's
But
so
you guys
awesome,
are
dude.
on so many trucks out there now.
Well,
man.
I mentioned the Mint
Cars.
because it shows a progression of the brand. Well, the first year that we vended at the Mint, we were on it might have been this. It wasn't this table. It was smaller.
This one looks a little newer.
Yeah, it was shittier and smaller than this table, and we had like.
We got to tell him about the whole way there, like how it was party shades, and then
It was party
So
shade.
this is like
No,
oh shit.
Oh, he said, whoa.
I was supposed to say that. That shit. Can you redact that? Put the beeps.
Phoenix, beep that out.
And we like.
I'm gonna break your memory card in half.
RV, and then
So this is like 2012?
No, this is 2014.
14,
Okay.
yeah.
And then we changed the name in the RV from a hotspot on the way to the Mint.
On a hotspot.
Yeah.
Like while you're en route.
We like
Yeah,
popped
yeah.
a tire in the RV, and we changed it at an Avenal like tire changing station.
Avenal's a very dusty town.
yeah.
I gotta say, and I saw.
Avenal's a great point right
Oh,
there.
no, it's
You gotta
awesome.
Love Avenal.
And I saw like the
Is there just a Shell gas
largest.
station at Avenal right there?
Well, in a tire changing place. Can I finish my
We had to
story?
get
God,
code
fucking
and
Jesus.
everything.
Yeah.
He's like, I
Oh
guess
my
we'll
God,
change the
look at
name
this guy.
right here. Like,
This
Do
is
it.
Doug's portion. Sorry.
I'm just saying, I saw the largest, friendliest pit bull. I think she was pregnant and just like laying like that, with just like belly and nipples just like hanging out in the dusty fucking driveway of this wonderful tire shop that hooked us up and got us on the road. And I was like, man, that dog's cool. I want to come back and get it. Never went back. Yeah, you know what? We never went back to the old name. That's the parallel.
but yeah, when we changed the name, we didn't have enough money for like any new tents or anything like that, or even new like tablecloths. So
We
we go
barely
there
had money
just-
for tires.
Yeah, we
'Cause they
didn't have a
popped.
pop-up tent. Just turned the cloth upside down, and people were coming up and goes, "Oh, this is the same as party shades." Like, it was like, oh,
We're like, shut the
that's
You don't know anything.
that's
You know
us.
nothing.
That's us. And we were all the way down at the end. Like, no one cared.
We were
like,
right next to
baking in the sun.
the long bank of porta potties, I think.
Yeah. We always get stuck next to porta potties. That's like the heat wave
Hey, but
joke.
not like a bad thing sometimes, like when you guys are just ripping Taco Bell on the road.
Yeah, whatever.
When you gotta
just-
go, you gotta go.
Yeah, but yeah, it's always just like put heat wave by the shitters. Yeah.
When you got barbarians at the gates, it's like, how far of a walk do you really want?
But we've moved away from the shitters to like our own personal shitter up at the front at the Mint, so it's pretty nice.
You guys got your own like corporate shitters now at the event?
It's a sewer drain. it's just under the tent.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we
It's a
put
bucket on top of the
Yeah,
sewer
yeah.
drain.
we put a little privacy blind up and just
Some bum used our tent as our booth as a bathroom. They just vomited everywhere in it last year. So we're still like either by the shitters or the shitter.
Yeah.
Or the
Either
sewer,
way,
whatever.
And it's funny, like, why do they call it a restroom? Like, who goes in? Like, who goes into the toilet
I have
to
rest
to
in my
rest?
pants.
Like, oh, I got rest all over my pants.
We just talked about this on an episode the other day because, like,
Really?
in Europe, it's called the watering closet, and that kind of makes a little bit more sense. Like, you don't go into a bathroom to really bathe most of the time. You're not going in there to rest most of the time.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you're going into
Who's
water.
sleeping? Like, I'm not a junkie. Like,
I'm not a junkie.
like,
It's been a rough one. Hold on, let me just chill out right here real quick.
yeah. I was like, you guys got like a syringe or something? I just need a little.
People couldn't handle the language back in the day, probably.
Water closet.
Yeah.
That's a funny one. Function room.
Yeah.
Function room. I don't think I've ever heard that one.
But you've never had a function in there? Come on.
What kind of functions we were running here?
I always thought
Hey, we're going like.
One and two, sometimes 3 and 4.
Miami, I think it's called the cocaine room.
Really?
Yeah,
That's all they do in
For
there?
some reason, they put toilets in the
So
cocaine
where do they
room.
fucking shit?
Yeah, I don't know.
Who wants to
They
shit
don't
in the
have to,
cocaine
they're never
room?
eating.
Yeah, they're never eating.
Yeah.
Ew.
You don't have
Their
to
bodies-
on the nose beer
Yeah,
diet.
yeah. Lost my appetite again.
Oh, man.
Oh, and so anyways, circling back, I mentioned the Mint as like the like standout collaboration because it does kind of chronicle like each year working with them. Again, we went from like essentially having our booth inside a toilet to like having our own toilet, like a destination toilet. No, like we've done the glasses for the event. Like that's where a ton of the people we work with, like the folks that we love, like Eisenhower's, Wilkie, everyone comes out. Like, we rode Harleys in it when they first let bikes back in. It's been a great progression to literally go from a picnic table to participating in the event, like being front and center. So there's not like one, working with all the companies we've been able to. Sorry, are we out of time? No. Am I boring you?
No, my watch is vibrating for
Oh,
something.
okay.
Told me to move.
Okay.
Apparently, I've been sitting too long. My watch
Jesus.
just told me to move.
What the hell? Take that thing off.
Nice cover, Matt. Now.
Yeah. Like, fucking, this guy just won't shut the fuck up. We were talking about toilets for half
Oh
an
my
hour.
god, is this guy serious right now?
It's just a marker for the progression of the brand. And, like, we're super stoked because every year, like, there's more and more customers, people that, like, come back and they're stoked on the product, and our involvement has just increased over the years. It's given us a lot of opportunities. So that's why I say it's a standout for me because it's a marker for the progression of the brand. And we've gotten to work with so many great companies, like people who make stuff that we actually use. That's what we're interested in doing, which is awesome. So sorry to derail things. What were we talking about?
That was great.
Hey,
That was kind of a great backstory.
Dude, we get derailed on everything we do on this show, so you're all good. Now, I was going to ask you guys, like, because, I mean, you guys kind of, like, started this. I mean, you said you wanted, like, it was something that you guys enjoyed doing and you were passionate about, but did you have any idea it would, like, kind of blow up into what it is now? Like, were you prepared to completely start a business, or did it just start as, like, kind of like a fun thing at first, and then once it gained traction, it got into what it is now?
No, we definitely took it seriously right off the bat. Even though it was
Yeah,
party
fair enough.
shades, it was still
Fair
just like okay, we had to get it to a certain point, but I think it's far exceeded our expectations now, and it's definitely grown a lot bigger. We never thought it would have gotten this big, and it's just kind of continues to surprise us like every year and every month, every quarter. We're beating numbers, we're going above and beyond, and we're like, oh shit, I guess let's keep going.
Keep going, yeah.
Let's keep going. But yeah, it's in the beginning, like you can't just get custom sunglasses made and pay for molds and everything and not be taking it somewhat seriously. It's not like a t-shirt we print a couple and like, oh, just give them to your buddies, it's like whatever, it's like
We're learning that game right now, actually. Yeah.
No idea what he's talking about.
yeah.
What do you mean people don't want to buy or something? We just have to give this stuff away? All right, well.
Just to echo what Justin was saying, I mean, we started it was just him and I, and we're trying to sell sunglasses. We weren't in the industry, but things started to grow, and we were extremely fortunate to meet like a lot of the people that we did early on in the off-road scene and stuff like that. and we've been able to build like an extremely solid team here. I never imagined that we would be like creating jobs for people, and that's a huge accomplishment in itself. Like I'm very proud of that, is that we can offer employment and support people, careers,
like insurance, benefits, retirement plans, 401ks, like things like that. It's a trip
to build like an actual company that supports people, like in the U.S., in California, which is kind of difficult.
Almost in the Bay Area.
Almost. We're on the fringe.
We used to be in the Bay Area. We're still in Santa Clara. We're still
gruesome Newsom.
Gruesome Newsom.
Still got to pay those taxes and stuff.
They're a little hard. They hurt a little bit.
They hurt. They sting a lot. It sucks. Why'd you got to bring it up? Your taxes, come on. This is not a political podcast. Yeah. Jesus. But I'm all pissed.
You're going to rant here in a second.
That's like, my watch is buzzing again. Yeah. But I mean, the response we get from customers, being able to create products that, again, people are stoked on, that they're able to use, and they become invested in the brand, and we're able to invest in people, in employees, in like the homies that we sponsor and do projects with, like the Eisenhowers, Wilkie, Matt Field, Mark Rusty Butcher, Virus,
Deegan.
Deegan, and then to reach levels like that, the developments, the momentum just keeps rolling and building, and we're so thankful for every customer that has allowed us to get to this point. It's never in a million years would I have thought that we'd be doing stuff like this, and it's a dream come true.
I mean, you guys had like just a pretty large crew of homies that were pretty talented just coming out of the San Jose area. I mean, the immediate homies that were with you guys.
Straight up, dude. Like, Roger, dude.
Yeah.
Those guys are
Rehab, Hollywood, all those dudes.
Like, big shout out to Scotty, to Tommy. Sorry, Tommy Alves. No, straight up crew, absolutely from the beginning.
Scott Horton, Ricky Renario.
Yeah, those guys did a ton of work for us in the beginning, and
love them forever.
Well, they were at the warehouse lot shipping shipments for you guys, right?
No, they never helped us ship shipments, but
they were doing Harley shit.
Yeah,
they were like putting
riding
rubber to pavement and like doing the damn thing.
They were pushing the brand super hard and getting us in with like everybody and just kind of making the name known, and we were on them, and so we were like instantly cool, because if you were associated with them, then you were cool. So it was really good, and it was awesome that they kind of had open arms. And I'd known Ricky for like a couple years before that, and just a solid bunch of dudes that are super talented, and they're all still on their grind, and they're just they're always pushing. And it was awesome to be kind of in that scene, and like be like immersed in it and be so local, because if we weren't, it would have been a lot more difficult. But the great group of guys for sure.
The best type of working relationship is like when everyone comes up. Like we get approached by folks like, oh, like maybe we do this, you pay us this much and we'll mention you and yada yada. But like, early days with the straight up crew is like let's get everyone up, like do media projects, promote each other, and like those are the ones that work. Yeah. And that's how we try and keep things, is like work with family. We're not just trying to work with any Johnny come lately, anyone with whatever. It's like,
we get on the boat with Milazzo on the Delta, and everyone would have.
Milazzo's such a solid dude.
Everyone would have your guys' sunglasses on.
He's such a great guy.
I think you guys even did Rehab sunglasses, right?
Yeah, we did.
Very early on,
very early collab.
The black and white kind of fade
and I think
ones.
I did some like red and black ones for him. Yeah, we definitely did. Yeah, because
I think I still have a pair of those.
Nice. Yeah, hold on to those. Those in the cruisy, man.
In the cruisy.
Hold on to it. I didn't forget about those, but that was like one of the early collabs for sure. Yeah, and same thing with like Voss. We started collaborating and like working with all these guys that were local to us, and like figuring out how to do all that stuff locally, because normally we had to do all that stuff overseas in massive quantities, and then we kind of had to like shake things up and like try and find out how to make things happen around here in smaller quantities, and like develop some systems to be able to make that stuff happen, because there was definitely a need for it and like a demand for it, and those were some of the early ones that we were able to make work. And
that's awesome. I mean, I think the Silicon Valley like really like kind of put it like a cloud over, like there is a lot of talented action sports people that come out of the Bay Area, because everyone kind of associates Southern California with the action sports crowd. But like we've had pro racers and Supercross and
Tom Brady.
He's from the Bay Area.
Yeah, no, he is.
Yeah.
Check your watch.
It's not that smart. This thing always gives me my heart rate, but
You're totally right. Like Silicon Valley, it completely overshadows things, and it sucks because it's pushed so much of the cool shit out. And like when old timers, like their shops, whatever, like when they age out, it just gets gobbled up by Facebook, by Google, whatever. But like
Fremont used to have a drag strip and a flat track.
Yeah.
You know, that's where my dad grew up at.
All
the
that stuff
Fremont
has been
drags and the Fremont
zapped.
flat track. And
you remember the fucking horse track in San Mateo?
Yep.
Goddamn right.
Yeah.
Dr. Einstein, number 7.
well,
Won
yeah.
a lot of money on him.
Was that Bay Meadows?
Yes.
I think that was Bay Meadows,
Sure.
right?
Bay Meadows.
Yeah, Bay Meadows,
Yeah.
because
Bay Meadows,
Golden Gate's
yeah.
the other one, yeah.
And then like Castro Valley, we had the Redwood Road hill climbs on Harleys back in like that was like the 70s. But Carnegie, before COVID, we brought that back and we ran My Dyna on the hill climbs.
Nice.
And then like only 4 guys entered it. Wheelie Pig, he came out.
Mm-hmm.
Logan got in it. He was the one that kind of like hosted the whole thing. But only like 4 of us converted our Harleys to go run the hill climb at Carnegie with it.
It's
But
gnarly.
People don't have the nuts for it, man.
dude, it's so gnarly. Actually, like running full Harley up that hill climb, like
Yeah.
Yeah, against performance shit.
Yeah.
It takes a certain type
and
of
you're
lunatic.
not like we didn't. Logan tried to run the pro hill on his, but like just came out of the gate like third gear wide open and like hit one of the jumps and just endoed over the bars and like just yard sailed his bike.
shit.
I mean, it's still like it was pretty gnarly getting it over. But the fun thing is like Harleys are just so throaty and low end bikes. Like you just held on and just let that thing eat going all the way up the hill.
It's just
but,
so heavy, it just like
yeah. And that's
it's like a tractor. Yeah, it's just
It really is. You know, you got a 900-pound bike that you're just all the way up.
Yeah.
But they look cool. But that's something that, like, along with the podcast, you know, I was talking to Justin about this in the parking lot. Like, we're trying to expand ourselves also. Just we're not being a podcast. Like, we've started a vlog series, and we'll work something out with you guys where we can come back and vlog with you guys, have fun. Like, you know, go throw us in the field and cover us in mud. Just, you know, like we want to go have like we want to show like the funny side of things and like just do like funny stuff.
That's his go-to, I guess.
yeah, like just
All right, well maybe we'll go with his.
make a mud pit and just throw you in it. Like, yeah. Yeah. No, like maybe we'll head back to the Marriott. Like, you know, we'll get some robes, hang out.
Maybe we'll go to his go-to and just put him out in the field and have him stare at the sun for a while. I don't know, like just do some R&D with him staring. At
No, it's like,
but
oh, that's the sun.
you
Yeah.
know, one of our sponsors, Muertos Coffee, we were up with them in Winters the other day, and like they have some pretty deep connections with people that they have invested in their company in the action sports community. But we want to be able to start holding events. Like I want to be able to kind of bring back like Harley hill climbs and stuff like that. Bring back some of these retro glory day things and bring them back to the Bay Area where we had stuff. And like I have friends from the Bay Area with big private ranches where we have land where we can hold private events and do a lot of sort.
That's actually just giving you guys a mean, humble brag right now.
Yeah.
Just letting you know everything he.
It's
he is.
ambitious. Yeah.
But no, like I want to be able to like bring a lot of this stuff back and like
For
I
sure.
want to be able to do that with the failure side of the brand and like not we'll have just
Do you
our
want
failure.
it to fail?
Yeah, what about the like succeeding side of the brand? Like,
yeah.
like let's put it in the failure folder.
Yeah.
Like
Already,
all my
before
hopes
you
and
even
dreams,
started, yeah.
like hopes and dreams, like success, failure, like
That one's full.
No, like let's make it a double. Come on.
But I mean, the brand side, like we're trying to market, is just another failure, and then we have the podcast. But you know, the failure is where the story comes from. Is like, yeah, we failed at a million things over life, and you got to kind of throw stuff out there before.
How
you
much time you got? Like, I'll get my list. It's
Is it long?
about as long as my Johnson.
Well, I guess mine would be
It's
pretty
about,
short.
no, it's about that. Is this going to be on the vlog? It's probably 3/4 inch,
3/4.
but I write really tiny.
Wait, are we going thick or length?
It's a square.
It's like the microfilm at the end of The Rock, you know, that they.
It's actually a
all the government
rhombus.
secrets.
A rhombus.
Yeah, I have a rhombus-shaped wiener.
I don't know why he thinks that's that funny. I just gotta be like.
Obviously, he's a geometry whiz. God, this guy's in the dark over here.
that's gotta
He's been
be-
staring at the sun all the
mean,
time.
He's like, hold
Yeah,
on real quick.
like rhombus-shaped
Well, I mean,
penis.
I just have so many questions on the science side of things. I mean,
Well, no, it's like how can a man's genitalia be two-dimensional?
where does the pee come out? What side? What are we talking?
No, it's like honestly, if you're gonna shave, like, where do I even stop? It's like from the knuckles of my toes to my head. It's like if I were gonna try and shave my rhombus, like how do you? It would look like it would look like I shaved a pair of fake underwear onto like a hairy suit. You know what I mean?
You found another name for the sunglasses, the rhombus.
Yeah.
The rhombus.
This is the backstory.
Just as like, just please shut the fuck up. Like shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
PP's nice censorship.
Yeah,
This is a Christian podcast, right?
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, we
And
actually, that's how we met, was Christian Mingles.
Yeah, christianmingle.pp.com.
.pp.com. Exactly. How'd you know? No, a lot of people don't know about that website. It's like the back pages of Craigslist.
I'm a power seller on there.
We're so But you know, the whole just another this is great. The whole just another failure side is like a lot of people never see the success or never see the backside of like your guys' success. Like a lot of people will see Heatwave for this huge booming brand that's connected with some of the best athletes in action sports and around the world, and they don't understand what you guys had to do to become what you are. Everyone just always has this overnight success story that everyone thinks everyone lives. No one saw the last 8 years of grinding and, you know, being able to pack it up in a house and not being able to afford the domain name, changing your names and stuff like that. Like, these are real business struggles, but it's not only in business, it's in all aspects of life. And that's kind of, you know, where we were coming from is like when we highlight stories on the podcast, sure, we want to have fun. We want to laugh with people. We want to joke about current events, whatever we can, but like also show, like, let people have an insider. Like, this is what it takes to run a company, or this is what it takes to be a pro athlete, or this is what it takes to do whatever you're doing in life. You don't just wake up one morning, it happens.
People don't understand how the sausage is made, essentially. You know,
A lot of wiener descriptions, but okay.
hey, you took it there.
Okay, I like it.
All right, Jimmy Dean, calm it down. Jesus
Mellow out.
Christ. No, seriously, like from the outside, people think it's like, oh, sunglasses company, you guys party all the time. It's it must be so
See the
fucking
chicks
chill.
on the
Oh yeah, girl
Instagram,
babes.
like, yeah.
It's like I hear
It's so much that some of our friends are not allowed to come to the warehouse because their wives and their girlfriends think there's chicks just hanging out here, and like they're like, yeah, it's
Stripper
no
poles, there's
joke.
all
Yeah,
sorts of cool
I mean,
stuff
like,
here.
yeah, from the outside looking in, it looks awesome, but like realistically, we spend like a lot of our times in like a warehouse, and once a warehouse much darker than this one.
way dark.
Designing
Oh god, dark.
sunglasses, and
Yeah,
work on
no windows.
sunglasses things. Yeah, no windows, and
I mean, you'll find us most times like with horrible posture, hunched over our computers, like with tears, just weeping.
dried
You know?
tears. Like,
Well, dry tears,
yeah.
wet tears. You know,
yeah, it depends what time you catch it.
it takes a lot of work. It's not easy. It's not something that happens overnight, and it's not a party. I mean, running a business that's growing and isn't just to satiate some vain desire, like where you actually want to produce quality and you want to provide for people and you care about what's going out the door. It takes a lot of fucking work, and that's what we do every day.
And it's like even becomes more difficult to where you have a success, or you like have a release that goes really well, and you're like, okay, and then but it's just like on to the next. It's like on to the next, and you just got to continue to stay like on this path and at this pace, and so you're just like continuing to go, and like it's hard to like celebrate this stuff, and it's just like because there's so you continue to raise the bar and raise expectations, and like you can't ever really stop. So it never stops, and you're just always continuing to march forward, and it makes it difficult to, you know. And then there's just so many other like facets of the business that you just nobody sees, like non-productive stuff, like, you know, whether it's accounting or doing sales tax stuff or dealing with the CPAs or just dumb
Any number of issues, just red tape,
legal
bureaucratic,
stuff, or like dealing with the government, whether it's the FDA or the Department of Health, you know, things like that. It just that all goes on behind the scenes, and it can be like not demoralizing, but it can just be like, dude, this ain't that fun, you know. But you get your glimpses of fun, and you do these things, and they're successes, but yeah, you gotta stay on it, and there's always this just constant like tornado of things that you gotta try and grab onto to like keep your head up and to stay focused and to stay on it. And it's just the bigger it gets, the more of that shit that there is too. So it's almost easier a couple years ago. Like it was like as it was starting to grow, like you're like okay,
oh, neat.
yeah, you know, you're still trying things, and things are working, and now you're like have this like bona fide, machine, that customers are relying on, employees are relying on you to pay them, and you have all this stuff. You have a building and things like that, and you got to continue to progress, and it's just like, oh man.
There's no fucking parachute.
No.
Essentially, like when the company this is our retirement this is essentially everything. Like this is what we put everything into. Not going to go like, oh, I could just fall back on a fucking 9 to 5 or some shit. Like I don't fit in with society, like, but honestly, it's just, I don't want to do anything else. And like when you invest so much of yourself in that, everything has to be like diligent and determined and taken care of, and businesses, the more you grow, the more minutia there is, and it's a lot to handle. But again, we have a great team.
More money, more problems, right?
Yeah.
Or just more problems, problems.
Yeah. Exactly.
Kind of how it is.
It's difficult. Yeah. Whether developing systems to where you can hire new people and have protocols and stuff like that. When it's just you two or another person, it's just like, this is how it's done, and
gotta handle all of it.
Yep. But then in order to grow it, you have to have like all this stuff in place to be able to kind of, instill that that there's a way for things to be done, and this is how it's done at the company, and this is how this stuff needs to be. And when it's easy when you're small. When you start to get bigger and bring in close to 20 employees, it's
when you're in
have an HR department.
I mean, seriously,
you
get to that point. You got to start looking into people that are specialty and very specific subsects of the business that know the laws and know that stuff. And the bigger you get, the more exposure you are to, and more people want to get you. And you gotta, there's all of that, and that weighs on you too. Like when it's smaller and stuff, you're still exciting, and like the more the more you have to worry about. Like I wish, what was it? I wish I didn't know now what I didn't know then.
Bob Seger, come on.
Yeah. So it's there's so much that you'd have
Bob
to
Seger fan?
crack the skull open with and check it out.
I look at it as the company grows. When you start out, you're in a single story building. You have a baby. The building's on fire. Like, you do better, you add another story to it. Like, how are you going to get that baby up? Maybe you can make it down the stairs. Maybe you have someone on the ground you can trust.
Heard this one before, so I'm
maybe you have someone.
I want to see where this analogy is
Well,
going.
if you guys stop fucking interrupting me, like I could get to the punchline. Gonna drag this out again. So the company grows. You're a 2-story building. It's on fire. Maybe you can run out the escape hatch. Down the stairs, get to safety. Maybe you have someone on the ground you can trust. You throw your baby to. Like as the building grows,
risky move,
it's still on fire. Like, thank you, but also stop interrupting. I'm just kidding. No, that's good. Well, you get what I'm saying. So eventually, you're at a 7-story building. You have to have that team that's there to support you. You could throw your baby to. Like, shit's gonna be on fire, man. You don't seem convinced.
The baby gets bigger too, so it gets heavier, harder to.
So you got to stay strong.
That's what I'm just like. I have so many like scenarios running in my head. Like,
you have so many things to learn. I know.
Are you like hanging out the window and they're just catching them going down?
Well, then the bigger it gets,
I'm just like.
The more likely it is to crumble, with you up at the top, like people are gonna laugh at you. Like the bigger the fire gets too, so the more eyes that are on it, man. There's a lot of like facets to this. I like this. It's pretty multifaceted.
I literally just came up with it too.
It's pretty incredible.
Thank you.
That's incredible.
Yeah, not bad for off the top.
Not bad for off the top, he says.
Good,
okay, let's hear something off the top from you. Come on.
Hey, mediocre at best, actually. No, I mean, I guess this kind of ties into where you're saying more people are kind of wanting
setting stuff on fire.
Can we actually talk about the trailer situation? Is that able to be spoken about?
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Busted some fucking scumbags.
Yeah, in short, it was funny. I think because I had just moved to Gilroy like 2 days before that, and then I just get a call from my friend at like 2 or 3 in the morning, and then I'm like, why the fuck is Graham calling me? Like I'm going to bed. Like he must just butt dialed me or something. And then the phone rings again. I'm like, okay, something's up, And then
it's like it's the other cheek.
He's like, hey hey, Heatwave's getting broken into right now. Like the Carlos, the painter, just called me. He says that there's people. I was just like, oh shit. Like, just luckily I was close. Like, pin it down the street, call Doug. Like, get here, and then it's just.
Hold on, just a little interjection. I was awake as well because this is like 2:30 in the morning. I had really bad travel tummy, and so like I had been up using the water closet. So thankfully I was awake.
Functional.
Function room, yeah. We'll get there.
Get here, and then first thing I'm thinking, like someone smashed the windows in and just like took everything, and like we got cleaned out, and they used the trailers to do it because the pull up the trailers are gone. But get here, nothing had been broke. The building had not been broken into, but the trailers were gone. Luckily, we had some Ring cameras. Just did a little post on Instagram that right before we left saying, our trailers got stolen. And then
was the Volvo in the trailer?
No, nothing was in the trailer.
Okay.
We keep them empty just because we know better. Trailers are just easy target, so you just always got to leave them empty. So they got those things relatively quickly cut all the locks off. But we all go home. I posted that 3 a.m. By 7:30 in the morning, someone had found the big white trailer, got dumped in a hood in San Jose, right off of Monterey Highway, which is just like the stupidest thing to steal, a 30-foot trailer with probably a 25-foot bold.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Like that one's kind of hard to be inconspicuous about when you got a massive logo on it.
Yeah, these guys, I don't think they looked at it once. They were probably meth heads, and they were
definitely
they were just messing around.
Yeah, using stolen trucks to take them, and I guess what they do is they just kind of like steal stuff and stash it, and just steal stuff and stash it, and then just come back and move it around. They're like squirrels hiding nuts like around, squirrels hiding nuts around. And then so we get that one back right away in the morning, and this post is like blowing up. It's like it's funny. It went from it was the most popular post of the year. Like I think the 3 or 4 posts, we went from 2019, like most popular posts were tits, and then in 2020 most popular posts were trailers. So we made quite the transition. Yeah,
big spectrum of the change.
Yeah. Like it was the most the most shared and like most popular posts that we've ever posted. Like people either hate us or love us. It's like they're pumped that our trailers got stolen, think it's funny, but they got shared, and there was a lot of outreach. A lot of people.
The community response was amazing. It was phenomenal.
It was pretty sick because then someone was just happened to be in a neighborhood, had seen the post and saw like the Bobcat on a trailer they thought looked like it, and then just sent one of the guys that works here who wasn't even working that day a Snapchat going, I think this is it. So then he's relaying to these guys while they're on their way down to where we thought they might have ended up, because there was some other, we were just getting calls all day long of where people thought they were. And then these guys were on the road on the way back.
We're speeding around. We're speeding around like hopping over fences, looking at storage yards, like doing like things we shouldn't have been doing. But, we're pistol hot, and like we're getting this information filtered like to us, but it's like getting filtered through like a megaphone on a walkie-talkie through a toilet.
It's like a delay.
You can't, you can't make sense of it. So it's like, all right. And one thing that my cop buddy told me, he's like, if I'm ever on duty and I don't have a call, like I go to a fucking Walmart parking lot, because there's always stolen cars and scumbags there. And so Dre and I, we're like, we haven't found shit. Let's cruise back to the office. It's like, we can either stop by the Home Depot or the Walmart. And we're driving by the Home Depot, kind of slow rolling, and just like, no, we'll go to Walmart. Go to Walmart, come up goose egg, get back to the office. Like 2 minutes later, it's like, oh yeah, they busted him at the Home Depot parking lot.
Yeah, like so like by sharing the post, there was actually like, I think Chris had shared it, and one of the auto theft task force guys followed Chris and was like, they got on it, and so they knew that they were kind of local, and they were like hot on these guys' tail at the same time. So I think you had seen like some undercovers like zooming around and
driving
stuff
like maniacs.
There was like 12 undercovers that had busted these guys, had found them in the Home Depot parking lot with the other stolen truck, I guess. And we got a call from like, oh, what was the license plate on that white truck? Like, oh, now I found it. That was my stolen truck. Like on and they found it on Monterey, so they had to do a trailer swap on Monterey. So if we would have just gone further down Monterey that night, we might have found them. But yeah, we ended up recovering them in less than 24 hours. It was pretty wild. It was just a whirlwind of a day. But yeah, they all came back undamaged.
It was 12. It was 3 a.m., 3 p.m.
Yeah, it was 12 hours. Yeah, so yeah.
Yeah, the boys were on it.
Trailers, right?
Both trailers.
Oh,
we thought that.
Wait, why you guys buying shitty equipment?
We thought we were never going to. I was like, we'll for sure get the big white one back. Like, whether we're going to have to pick it up out of, like, Redding or, like, Southern California, like with Bakersfield or, like, Fresno or whatever, like.
Modesto.
I was like,
Lompoc.
But that black flatbed that just has nothing on it, that's gone forever. But so we were super fortunate to get them back. And I was like, whatever. As long as the shop didn't get broken into, like, I was like, like, we did okay.
I would like the real takeaway was just like how much community support we have, because if it wasn't for that, it wouldn't have happened. It was amazing. So we're super thankful.
And it was eye opening. We like got some better trailer locks, like beefed up security, like it
just
was
took out the tire talks for
had to do got a little bit more proactive here,
some
and
flamethrowers.
it was just kind of like an eye opener as to
traps.
Like your heart sinks. We have with everything that we worked for 8 years, and like to have, something like that just right here be able to happen,
have some fucking scumbag just come take it away.
Yeah,
fuck
do
that.
whatever with it, like dump it in a creek, or like someone
use
come
it as
in
a toilet.
here, like do whatever.
No.
Okay, they didn't. You move it as a toilet and move on. Like
yeah.
Just we
breeze
got really
on by.
lucky. It was really cool to just see the support of the community on that too.
So there was a skid steer on the flatbed?
There was, yeah.
Did you guys get to keep it?
No, it was actually offloaded by the time those guys got them. So they had dumped it in another yard. They were so quick, but it was just weird how they were moving around on side streets and stuff like that. Like, I don't think they knew any of this was going on. They obviously
they came right back to the area that they stole it from with a stolen Bobcat on the trailer. To dump it off at some other tweaker's house.
Maybe they were just like really hardworking guys, and like that was.
Oh no, they were working hard for sure.
They were a construction company that was just down on their luck.
Yeah, no, I think that it was probably like a teener.
Yeah,
they got.
Teener.
It's a bit of meth. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think we got really lucky.
Keep up. We're moving quick here.
Jesus.
Because like the guys' trucks that got stolen, they only had them for a couple of days, and they were just completely thrashed, totaled.
Oh,
yeah, they just destroyed the cabs on those things. It was pretty
thieves
wild.
just destroy their stuff.
Yeah,
anytime they steal something, it's not even like you get your car back nice. It's always like shit on the floor, cigarette burns.
It just smells funny.
They pissed on your steering wheel.
Yeah, it's just like, what are you guys
They filled up
doing,
your gas
man?
tank.
Yeah.
They filled up your gas.
Yeah, the cops were like, I don't even want to touch that car. Like, those things are smoked,
Just burn them.
Yeah,
lighter fluid and burn them.
Trailer was a little dented from the Bobcat, but other than that, it's still good to go.
Just rookies loading machinery on the trailer.
Yeah, I mean, they were just going to load it on whatever they had. They didn't care.
They just did it really fast.
Yeah.
That's the the meth again.
It's not my trailer.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
care.
Yeah.
It's the methy way. Just
get it on. Come on, let's go.
hit it, guy. Send it, boys.
That's fucking send it.
Send it.
Yeah.
How fast do you think we could actually put this Bobcat on the trailer?
And just put it in park. Don't even strap it down.
Yeah, you're good.
You don't even put it in park. You just leave it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What didn't we see something the other day that was strapped really weird? I can't remember. I think we did. I wish I could remember stuff better. Old age just kind of start.
Yeah, just another failure.
Yeah, another failure.
I know exactly what you mean.
It's an everyday thing.
Yeah, I feel like I saw strapping down. Like, you'll see that stuff in Mexico all the time. Like, I've been down there before, and we literally seen horses in the beds of trucks. Like,
On a flatbed?
no, like like a Toyota, like one of the old Toyota pickups. Like, we saw one
Oh, in
time.
the bed of a truck.
Yeah, like just loaded up like a dirt bike in the bed.
It's
of
like
the
their
truck.
version of having like their dog in the back. Yeah, that's tight.
I've seen horses just in the bed of like little trucks in Mexico.
So
And
they fall out and break all
Just
their
a
legs.
horse on
Yeah.
a flatbed, and it
Yeah.
just has a strap over its back.
Yeah.
You're good. No,
Hey, you just
he's
put
not
the-
going anywhere.
Put the
He's
blinders
fine.
on it.
He's
They'll
fine.
stay put. Just like hook their little chain to one of the tie down points.
Like, don't worry, Moat Biscuit.
moat biscuit. Big on the moat life.
Loves his move.
I love a good moat.
Moats and swamps.
Moats and swamps. That's
Yep.
not a bad place to be. I mean,
Nah, dude, swamp. You
It's
do
a good
whatever
name
you
for
want.
a podcast.
Moats and swamps.
moats and swamps.
Like, let's talk about gross stuff.
Let's talk
And bogs.
Yeah.
Bogs.
Like a muddy peat
Ooh.
bog.
I mean, like, we're just going real southern now, like swamps, bogs, and...
Hey, the Piltdown Bog, man? Come on, tell me you heard about that.
Is that the one in Alabama?
No. Check your watch. No, it was like some...
That's why does he actually look at it?
know,
He like
he
actually checks it. Oh, what do you mean? Is there an answer on here?
Hold on.
Oh, you're
No,
right.
it's like Siri. Call Google and ask them to tell my watch what the Piltdown Bog man is.
Mine's Garmin. I don't have the Apple Watch thing. Mine just tells me how fast my heart goes.
Is that like a
It doesn't
pilot
tell you what
thing?
fucking time it is?
GPS heart rate.
It's literally just heart rate. That's
It's
it.
just
No
heart rate.
time,
Like,
Actually, Garmin did make...
no Google, no time.
No
just
time, not
heart
the
rate,
date.
That's it.
Garmin has made a watch for pilots, and like I could pull up like my flying charts and all my charts on my watch. I haven't bought it yet,
But it's not like a sick Breitling.
or a Jacobs.
Yeah.
these are expensive. I'm on a budget here. Man.
I got a Jacobs.
$8,000 watch if you're going Breitling. Yeah.
Speaking of Mexico, I got a Jacobs for like $15 down there. Like, you're shopping in the wrong places, my
Got
man.
a good deal.
Yeah.
So this happened.
Story time.
This happened. I was in Italy, and you always get like the Nigerians and stuff like just selling their stuff on the street. You got all the little street vendors with their bags of stuff, and it's great because they're so smart about it. You think like this whole like
It's kind of like how Heatwave started.
yeah, okay, yeah. We'll get back to that in a second. Yeah,
Full circle.
and you know like they have all their stuff on their mat, and it's all laid out nice. But basically, all that is so like when the cops
They
start
roll it
coming,
up,
they
yeah.
just grab it like Santa's suitcase and start booking it down the street. And so, Santa's suitcase. That was a good analogy. Okay, we're gonna keep going here with this one. But this like Nigerian kid comes up to me and he has this like a briefcase just filled with watches, and he's trying to sling me a watch. And I'm like, I kind of like mess with him for a little bit, and then like he keeps following me, and he had this Breitling like knockoff Breitling in there. So we're going back and forth, and he's like €100. I'm like, dude, I'm not giving you €100 for that thing. Like, I'll give
Like,
you...
for the whole attache.
yeah, that's
like,
what I said.
come
I was
on,
like, I'll
yeah.
buy the whole case for 100.
Like, I'll go buy a cop uniform
Yeah.
for €50, and then I'll chase you, and you'll drop your attache, and I'll have all of it.
oh man. So I finally like got him down to like €5, and I like got this watch. And so I was like, I think I ended up giving him like €20 at the end of it because I just thought it was funny. that I
Sweetheart
hustled
deal,
him
yeah.
for a while. So I buy this little Breitling watch.
You
off-
hustled him.
he hustled me.
Make yourself
For a €5 watch, I'd
but-
like to see this thing.
I need to bring it. It's at my house. The back side of the funny story on this was, so I buy this Breitling watch, and then I was rocking it, and I went into a Breitling store, and I was just kind of messing with the guy. But then the guy was looking at my watch, and he couldn't figure out that it was fake. He couldn't prove that my watch was fake. Like, it fooled the Breitling dealer in Italy that this was a real Breitling.
You should have sold
You've
it to
never
him.
actually told me this though. Was it actually a real watch, or was it just a really good fake watch?
I think it's a really good fake. I've still never proved it, but like I've done it to like multiple Breitling dealers now. Like at the Reno Air Races, I've gone into the Breitling tent with it. So at the Reno, sorry Breitling, at the Reno Air
It's
Race,
like, where'd you get your
There goes
Breitling?
the
A
Breitling
tent?
sponsor.
Question? Like a
right?
tent?
Guess I'm not getting this one now. But if I at the Reno Air Races, there's like a Breitling area that you have to have a watch to get into the area, and I used my watch to get into the Breitling area
This is
one
probably
time.
just gonna be like a security guard checking it. Not like it's checking for authenticity and like your certificate in your box and
Yeah,
your,
everything, right? Yeah.
No, the ultra exclusive Breitling tent.
Your nice watch to come into our
Tent.
But like I've gone to
Sleeps too.
ever since I fooled the guy in Italy. Like I've tried it with a couple different like Breitling dealers now, and like it's fooled every single one of them. And so I don't know what I bought. I think it's just a really, really good fake watch. But I got this thing for €20 at the end of the day, and it's fooled multiple.
maybe it's just a stolen watch. Maybe the kid was stealing
Right.
like legit watches.
Maybe there's bodies on it.
Yeah. You know they do that cool like sleight of hand stuff. The David Blaine like, oh, you took your underpants off when you still have your pants on, like type stuff.
How did you do that?
Yeah.
No, it's like, oh, yeah, you thought that was regular coffee? It's decaf. You fucking idiot.
Tasted just like real coffee. Well, that's what,
the
decaf is.
hell?
It's like when you're
Tired.
So fucking
It's like
sleepy.
the 50 first dates where you're buying a girl non-alcoholic drinks all night at the bar and to see how drunk she can get.
50 of those?
No, 50 first dates. The
Well,
movie.
that's what I'm saying. This is a hell of fucking first dates to be like, I'm going to play this prank on her.
Just go
Just
on the fish.
hundreds of dollars of non-alcoholic drinks. Like, 50 of those? Dude, come on.
the movie.
Just set a limit. Like, give yourself some fucking
You're
parameters that are
You're
realistic.
working this angle way too hard.
I think you worked it way too hard.
should've stopped
50 fucking times.
You should
Okay.
You should have stopped at a 5.
That it's actually just an autobiography of Matt's life. It's just 50 first dates.
Wow. Sick roast. Sick roast, bud.
Tough out here in the streets.
Yeah. Fucking send it. Who's got math?
He's like, we don't actually do math here. It's not.
No, we actually don't. Like, we hate tweakers. Like, because they steal trailers and shit. Like, we don't like them. Which is why you two are gonna have to get escorted out of here. Like, we've had that up to here.
Yeah, what's up with the guy with the handcuffs that's been sitting here the whole time?
Oh, the guy with the leather mask on with the zipper.
These are some more kinkier stuff than I really thought.
Hey, you guys were talking about mud pits and shit. Like,
wait, what was that mud bog you were talking about?
That was just the movie
pilt
Shrek.
down the pilt down bog, man.
Okay, where's this one at?
I believe it was Europe. It was like one of the oldest, because a bog will preserve a body. So it was like a monk from like, I don't know, like 2018 or something. He was like perfectly preserved.
Oh, is this one that
For
they
2
just
years?
X-rayed, they found a monk inside of him?
Inside of this isn't like a Russian doll situation. Inside of who?
They just found a Buddha statue recently.
Oh, a statue. No, this is an actual thing, not make believe. I'm sorry, like keep your TMZ out of here. Yeah, like your QAnon stuff.
Well,
no, there's actually monks inside of them.
They X-rayed a Buddha statue recently, and there was a monk inside the statue.
I believe that.
Yeah.
It's
I
just the
believe you read
classic,
that.
You fell into the concrete.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was just stuck in there, and they're like, "Well,
It's
we'll
just a
build
classic,
around
you
him."
know.
Yeah,
Like when
it's
they're
like-
building stadiums and people falling, or like dams, you know.
Fall in.
Yeah.
He was kicked.
There's a great Highwaymen song about that.
I was a dam builder.
And I died building that dam.
Yeah.
God damn that fucking dam. Pretty sure that's how it goes. Anyways, Piltdown Bog, man. It was like some fucking bog in the Netherlands. Some old timer from like sometime BC, but like preserved very well. Like he had a nice tan.
He had a nice tan.
Yeah, they got DNA from him and shit. And like they stole his clothes.
They stole his...
Like he was just taking a nap.
Who
This
steals
dude,
clothes?
he's like, what the fuck?
I'm
Like,
just trying to figure out if he's just talking about Shrek or what.
why are you guys talking about Shrek? This is my fucking swamp.
I don't know. Yeah.
This is my...
Yeah.
So you guys touched upon it, like, you know, like how you guys the success just kind of keeps building. It's hard to celebrate, you know, each kind of big moment that you guys have because you're just always moving. It's you know, it's a very fast moving market. Like, what's been like one of your hardest failures that you guys had to overcome? Like, what was like something that like just really was a tough one for you guys to kind of hurdle through, or just really it hurt?
I mean, again, a lot of the early learning experiences, just learning the landscape and dealing with government bureaucracy. Like there were some real like we could have just been like, fuck all of this. And
There's a couple of times
couple
like
scares.
in the office where it's just like Doug's just sitting on the couch and we're like reading over like the FDA docs or like, and it's just like, this is it.
like we might be
done.
fucked.
And
Yeah.
it's just like you kind of like, and it's probably like you probably get it on a Friday or something like that, and then you have all weekend to stew about it, and then you just like are texting people like, oh yeah, it's done.
No, like it was good knowing you. Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
and then it's just like, all right, like how then you just are like, okay, how can we continue this, like, or what can we do to like change it, you know? It's like,
There's a lot of shit that like it does suck to deal with. I mean, we got to the point where we're like, fuck, we don't like the name of the company that we're trying to build. You know, that's a hard place to be in. Like, how do you look at yourself in the fucking mirror? Like,
right.
how do you
You're
know?
no longer proud of the product
Yeah.
or what it stands for, because we were doing a lot of those events and stuff, and it would just ended up being a really quick bummer, and just like seeing the future of the brand, if we continued to go in that direction, wasn't anything that
It
we
was a
wanted to
dark
be.
place.
It just didn't have like
darkness.
a lot of longevity. We were already, you know, like it's all fun and games when you're a college student and stuff, going out and partying and stuff like that. But like when that becomes your job and you're the older guy there and you're having to like, you know, put that on and like just go through those motions, you can just see you begin to quickly see how like it's not sustainable, you know. And so
They're like, no one wants to party till they're homeless, you know.
Some people do.
Yeah.
Huntington Beach, you'd be surprised. There's some people out there that won Worlds in 1985, and they're still think they won worlds.
They're living the dream. No, that wave never
Yeah,
crested,
that
baby.
wave never. Yeah, that wave never stopped. You know.
There's
Stay in the past. I mean, it's just.
then you can't be bothered.
Constantly winning, so.
Yeah, like you can't be bothered about the police officer shooing you off a park bench. It's like, dude, I'm in 1987. But
So wait, why is the FDA involved in sunglasses? I never knew
It's a
that.
medical device because it covers your eyes.
it's technically classified as a medical device. Yeah.
So when you're selling like onesie twosie sunglasses, a few hundred pairs here, a few hundred pairs there, you know, you're not under the scrutiny. But you know, on our first shipment, we just had you know, we brought in a ton of them, and then our manufacturer forgot some very important paperwork. Like they met the standards, but since we got caught in the FDA's crosshairs and didn't have an FDA license at the time, we were just never going to get out of it. You know, we basically had to send all the stuff back to the manufacturer. We had to refuse the goods, and you know, that was a huge blow because we had spent so much time, and especially Doug, developing the product to finally get it here, and we think we're going to be able to launch the brand, and you know, we'd already put a ton of money into it, a ton of time, you know, like, and now you get this 6-month restart where you can't do anything, you know, and it of course eats up tons of funds, you know, to send the stuff back, and you know, so it was just like,
The only thing that was free was the barrel the FDA provided to us to bend us over.
yeah,
Lubricated.
You know, we no spit, no lube.
No.
we tried to like get him to pass, and you know, we were paying like independent labs to do the tests on him, and the FDA just kept rejecting them. And we talked to one final lab, and they were like, hey, when the FDA just starts asking for more and more, because nothing was clear of what they were asking. They were asking us to like conform to like a certain like 8-digit like
And-
prefix,
Yeah,
whatever, you know, like, and it's
The
just-
legalese will make you go blind.
even
It's
even the
awful.
agent that we were dealing with couldn't tell us exactly. We would submit the reports, and they would just come back asking for more. This other lab finally told us, is like, once they start asking for more and more, it's likely that you'll never get it cleared. So like, it was either we continue to try and go down that path, spending tens of thousands of dollars to try and get them tested, and get them to pass the FDA tests, or we destroy them and provide proof that they're destroyed, or send them back to our manufacturer. And you know, this was a massive process, and then our manufacturer ended up fucking us like royally. Like, it was they considered it a black eye on their company to have to take the goods back. And so
Did you have to switch manufacturers eventually
yeah,
too?
we had to switch manufacturers immediately. They were someone that we thought was good initially. You know, they had done good work for us prior to that, but then when we more than quadrupled down to create these 2 new original frames, and all the arms and all the packaging, just everything, they blew it. And they blew it bad, and they didn't take responsibility.
Everything we put in that we had been working on for like about a year and a half, once we finally got it, we had to send it all back.
Yeah.
And that's like, it's kind of like, oh man, this stinks.
Yeah.
That's a hard,
Oh,
that's a hard river to ford. Like Oregon
That's
Trail
a tough-
wise, like you might not make it.
you were at the Donner Pass.
Yeah.
So I don't know why we kept doing it.
I
We kept it.
Back on this, why are you actually doing this?
It was pretty bad. If that happened now, I'd just be like, yeah, I'm not doing it anymore.
Just fold it.
I think everyone else would have folded it. I think my dad was like, yeah,
we
done,
pulled some stuff. I mean, we pulled it together.
just
That's
kept.
just,
I don't think we could see it like not working. It's like it has to
Had
work.
to work,
It has to work. Like, we just need to get
Failure
this
wasn't
stuff
an
here.
option.
Yeah, I
Quitting
mean,
wasn't an option.
like we were hitting every possible like gnarly pitfall and like roadblock that we could hit, and it was.
my nuts are
so-
still numb.
We still made it work. I think we just saw, like, we knew that we had a good product. We knew that we just had to get it out there, you know, and like, and even when we got it back in, you know, it was still like, I mean, we changed some of the stuff to Heatwave at about that point.
Yeah, it was. I mean, we literally changed.
so you guys were
the
still
name.
under the old name when this was.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then I think, we,
With the regulator,
Yeah.
the third model.
with the newer
Yeah.
factory, that's when we changed it. And then we ended up finding out we could just wipe the name off the inside of the arm. We kept the logos and everything, and then just printed a Heatwave on the insides of the arm.
We did a lot of gymnastics
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of pivoting, a lot of like figuring out
on the
stuff,
fly.
like finding someone that could do these prints like locally, and like
changed the packaging.
Yeah.
Got stamps made, like rubber stamps. So we could stamp packaging.
We went from like the nice super pro packaging, like these cool like little tubes, to like basically like a U-line box with a stamp on it, and like blank microfibers because we couldn't. We had what was it, like 20,000 or more microfibers in boxes we just had to throw away, like, and things like that. It just with the name change and stuff, we couldn't use it anymore, so we had to go like super ghetto. It's like,
well, not ghetto, but it just circles back to the whole eating shit thing.
yeah,
that was a huge part of it. That was like a whole year of like of scrambling just to correct like a ship that's ballast had exploded. Essentially, it was just fucked.
Yeah.
But that's also where we learned again, like you have to mind like all of these government agencies, everything, all the paperwork, everything has to be done correctly. Like it's not selling T-shirts out of your fucking trunk.
Yeah. And no one will ever come and tell you need this stuff. You're like,
especially not the government.
Supposed to know it. Yeah, they won't.
Not until it's too late. Yeah,
that's one thing. Like aviation,
once you don't have it,
that's one thing in aviation. It's always like, hey, I'm here with the government. I'm here to help. You're
like,
okay,
right,
yeah. And so it's just like, it was just a learning experience, and of course, like.
I was just about to say the house on fire analogy is really starting to come into play now. That makes
Thank
a lot
you.
more sense.
No, that means a lot to me.
Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate
really
that.
Foreshadowed that well.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But yeah, that was like a big one because it was early on and it could have easily derailed the company. Like it was.
Depression was rampant.
It was rough.
Yeah.
It's like a lot of
money tied up.
A lot of months of just like doing like research and trying to figure out like what to do, and
you had to. With us too, a lot we're learning on our own. It's like no one really just walked in and said, "This is how you do this." It's like, I want to do this. I don't know how to do this. How do I figure out how to do this?
You didn't come from like a podcast company.
No.
Like you didn't host like season 1 of Serial.
No.
Nah.
We talked about that the other day. But even like building a website, like our website's not the greatest thing ever, but it has a store and you're able to click a button and buy stuff from us. But like, I had no idea how to make a website, and I called people to like help me make a website, and they're like, "Oh, that's $15,000," and I'm like, so I don't have that much money, and then like someone would be,
what can you do for about $200?
Yeah, and then like someone would be like, I'll do it for like $2,500 for you. I'm like, again, like, yeah, I'm not paying you $2,500. Like, I guess I'll just figure this out.
I've got $50 in a mud pit.
Yeah. Right. I got a swamp and a mud pit in my backyard.
Hey, I'll give you all of the 6 items on the table.
For my
any
t-shirt.
6 of these shiny rocks
for this T-shirt. And dude, I sat up for even when we launched our T-shirt. I was up all night on YouTube the night prior, hoping that I did everything right, that it was going to launch when I did. And up until it launched...
But you were watching like conspiracy theory videos.
Yeah. Like I went down a pretty deep rabbit hole and learned how to speak whale. It got kind of weird.
That's tight.
I mean, up until our shirt dropped, when I said it was going to drop, I had no idea if it worked. I had no idea. And even minutes before, I was getting all pissed off at myself because I couldn't figure out if I did it right. And I ran out of YouTube videos to know if I did it right. And all of a sudden it worked.
The recommended videos start coming in, and you're like, God.
And all of a sudden it just worked, but it was just like, I mean, that's a very minuscule compared to what you guys were going through, but it's just like, we had to teach ourselves a lot.
We had to learn everything, essentially, Like again, you didn't come from, podcast company, whatever. Like, we didn't come from the eyewear industry. It was all shit we had to learn on our own.
We're still learning all the time.
Yeah.
I think that's the fun part about business.
I still can't fucking read.
Yeah. I still can't.
I tell him that all the time.
No, he's like, Doug can't read.
Dude, putting letters together to form words and then the sentence, it's a tough concept. Like sounding out words, I have troubles with a lot of big words.
No, I can tell.
Yeah, I stay the single. I stick with single syllables. I'm a pilot. I'm not an English teacher.
The caveman technique. Yeah.
Not the Fiji.
No. See, didn't spill a drop. Fiji, durable.
Is it standing? Oh, I thought it was standing upright. I was like, that's just a permanent upright standing Fiji bottle.
No, it's just hiding behind my
I like that
McDonald's bag.
I like that throughout
you
the
could have
show,
been eating
he's,
this the whole time.
Slowly, just like gone further back to. Started on the table.
Doug's like gonna be.
It's a metaphor for my fucking life.
He's gonna be in the.
I'm rudderless. I'm rudderless. I'm just like, yeah.
Was the palm tree part of Party Shades or no?
It was.
Was it part of Party? It was.
Mm-hmm. Okay. It's a good thing it works for both.
It's the keystone.
Brands.
What was behind the palm tree side of it?
Well, palm trees for one.
Like
what was behind
There's
it?
no story.
Yeah,
with
like
palm trees.
who's hiding?
That's an iconic logo.
well, yeah, like the palm tree is cool, California like based. Yeah, just something bold, recognizable.
Fits in a circle. Yeah, bold again. Like it had to be.
Circle's a big part.
It is.
Yeah.
It has to be utilitarian. Like you have to be able to apply it to a lot of applications and stuff. And it does represent because like at the end of the day, like we like having fucking fun, and it represents leisure and
palm. Yeah, the leisure aspect of it, like the tropical vibes, like going like you know all that type of stuff. You know, you see a palm tree, you like kind of get a sense of like paradise. Palm trees are just very like nice and relaxing, and they provide shade. So it's just there's
coconuts.
There's a lot of elements to that, and that worked with the sunglasses, and you know, and it ended up working out for Heatwave. Well, actually, we had to come up with a name that worked with the palm tree too. So,
Heatwave.
yeah,
Heatwave.
yeah,
That's the name of the company.
Yeah.
Awesome.
When's the last time you saw a palm tree and got pissed off?
yeah.
It's hard to say.
Yeah.
Palm trees are pretty cool, man. So yeah, I think we both really dug them.
I mean, yeah, no, that's awesome. It makes sense. It works, and it's simple, and it sticks out. And you know, you see your guys' logo, everyone instantly knows like that's Heatwave. You don't even have to have the lettering under, like that. Just it sticks out. So
Yeah,
It's the next Golden Arches.
yeah.
I
The
like it.
icon.
Fuck
yeah.
a swoosh. Like
Yeah.
we're going after Golden
it's
Arches.
it's the next M like McDonald's over there, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it would be sick.
Nice, like it.
Do a collab with McDonald's. Like a Happy Meal
Heatwave
collab,
and
like an ice
McDonald's.
cream, like with a burger in it collab, like a McBurger flurry.
Yeah.
Get Heatwaves in your Happy Meal.
No.
be
You
sick.
get a McFlurry and they blend a Big Mac into it.
If
That's
the,
how we do it. We're
not even-
efficient.
It's not
Hey,
even
wait,
ice cream.
wait,
It's just
High
if-
protein.
More Thousand
if
Island.
the ice cream machine's actually working.
Oh,
What's
yeah,
with that?
is a
I don't
thing,
get that
yeah.
joke. I've heard it mentioned a bunch.
Yeah.
Like,
You
oh,
ever gone to McDonald's and you order like?
whoa. Yes, I've gone to McDonald's.
He's a big Mickey D's guy, actually.
You never ordered like a McFlurry from McDonald's or like the Sunday, and they're like, "Oh, your ice cream."
Why would I order a McFlurry when I only drink? But I haven't had a McFlurry in ages, so no.
Every time you go to McDonald's, their ice cream machine's always broken. Always.
Maybe give it a rest then. Like stop putting so much pressure on them. Like give them time.
I feel like it's just like the employees don't want to like clean it and like.
Would
work
you
on it,
want
so-
to?
No, absolutely not.
Like you get
I tell
people like
it's
this guy
broken,
going,
too.
"It's fucking broken again! Your fucking ice cream machine's broken!" They're like, I don't get it. Come on. I just want to make McFlurry. I just want to fucking make some money. Like, god damn it.
Guy's like, dude, I work at McDonald's.
Yeah,
Leave
like
me
please. I'm
alone."
not a
Yes, it
fucking ice
sucks.
cream
I don't even know
machine
how I
engineer.
got a job here. I would never apply here, but I've been working here. Like according to my W-2, I've been working here for years now.
Yeah, it's like The Shining. It's like, but you've always worked here.
Have you guys ever like stopped at Waffle Houses and stuff? And
Oh, got bad. Okay, so yeah, a few times. Why? Why do you ask? Is it about the bucket of gravy that they carry? You order the biscuits and gravy, and the
My
dude at
favorite-
2 a.m. comes out with a huge sloppy, like fucking Home Depot bucket, and he's like, "You wanted gravy on your biscuits?" And it's like, I did. I don't anymore.
I think
and then
what-
someone gets shot in the parking lot.
what he just said about McDonald's, like how you worked at McDonald's, I didn't apply here, but I've been here for 12 years. Waffle House like actually like shows on their wall, if you pay attention, like all the employees of Waffle House and like what year they started at Waffle House. So you
Really?
can go to a Waffle House and you're like, oh, Betty over there's been here since 1962. Yeah, she looks like she's been here since 62.
She's been here since 1864. Like,
Dude, Waffle House like puts up their employees in the years they've been. Maybe McDonald's should do that.
I wouldn't want that. But speaking of McDonald's, McDonald's is like a huge nostalgic brand. Like, there's how many things can you like eat like that you remember that are the same as when you were a kid? You know, if I said that correct. Like McDonald's, like it's still the same as when I was like can remember when I was like 4 or 5 years old. You know, like
the secret
And
is
you
their
probably-
consistency.
yeah.
Their consistency and their preservatives, because you could have bought that same burger
Yeah.
when you were 4 years old and
Yeah,
kept it here, and it probably looked exactly the same.
Yeah, everyone gives McDonald's like a bad name, but they're successful for a reason, and their shit hasn't changed. I mean, they tried to shake things up a little bit, but for the
Well,
most part,
the McDonald's pizza was a bad name.
we
can
the
all
core
agree
of
on
the
that.
menu is like it's been the same forever, and like there's not too many things left that are exactly the same as they were in like
And with people that will, like,
1986.
shoot each other for a McRib.
I mean,
Really?
yeah.
I
I
mean,
mean,
the McRib is. I've never had that.
Yeah,
That's
hold the
something
McRib.
I think. Yeah.
Jesus.
I've never had the McRib either. But
I mean, that's for the newer. That's
lose
for
it
like
when
the
it
new
comes out.
generation. That's for like the Gen
Gen Z
the
or whatever.
TikTok generation.
TikTok generation, whatever they're
The
on.
flossers, the kids who can floss,
That's a hard move.
the dance, not the
Yeah.
not the dental procedure. Yeah, but
both equally hard.
Yeah, I do struggle sometimes.
I mean, my favorite line at the dentist is like when he's like, "When was the last time you flossed?" Like, Doc, you should know you were here.
No, it's like, Doc, you didn't watch my TikTok, you
Jesus.
fucking idiot. See? Yes. Yeah, it was a killer joke.
Nailed it.
Thanks.
Nailed it. Crushed it, brother.
Now my teeth are fucked up, so I don't like joking about them.
But like what McDonald's was, they expedited a food service. Like that's what they were known for. Like if you go back to the original McDonald's, they were able to have they had an assembly line set up that made burgers really fast.
Yeah, and then Ray Kroc came and fucked them up. That motherfucking milkshake machine salesman, son of a. Hey,
Yeah.
but he brought
Powdered
McDonald's.
milkshakes.
Whew.
Dick, you just feel bad for the McDonald's brothers at the end of that episode, at the end of that movie.
It's get screwed by
Yeah,
Batman.
but like you
Yeah,
say,
that's the thing. Batman. Yeah. How do you think he got so fucking rich?
And then he went from selling milkshake
Where are the hamburgers?
to make
Yeah.
good Batman voice. by the
Thank
way.
you.
I mean that's another talent you might have going, like voiceovers. You might have something in this market. You guys should do like
I'm
Heatwave
gonna be the
voiceover
next-
commercials with him in the back.
I'm Fiverr.
I'm gonna be the next Bart Pitt.
Okay, all right.
Where are my drugs?
Like,
Seriously, has anyone seen them? Like, someone pass me a cheeseburger.
You guys thought about this for marketing, like possibly just like
no, it's a terrible idea.
doing like 80s
Jesus,
commercials,
what the
it's, like
fuck?
the funny voiceovers and stuff.
No, we've done like a bunch of videos and stuff. Those were all huge failures. Yeah.
Yeah, when you talk about like what were some of like the really like disconcert, like the disappointing, just horrible. It's not on a macro. It's just more micro.
Every day.
It's just the little things. It's like, oh, this is a funny joke. Let's make a little video about it. Like no one likes it. It's like, fuck me.
You put a
You
lot
know?
of time into it. You're like, oh, this is
between
hilarious.
you two,
We're
you're like, this is funny.
we're
Oh,
like,
yeah,
putting it
exactly.
up,
You're
like
wow,
making
that's
it, like
not as
actually
funny.
go out, like in the beginning, when we didn't have to be, filling sunglasses orders, because in the beginning, we were
weren't
filling
selling
orders and stuff
anything.
we weren't selling anything. You go out, like make some like cool content that you think is going to be hilarious, and like dying laughing, like when like you make it and put it up, upload it to YouTube, and it just no one gives a shit, and you're just like,
The only comment is like, please stop harassing me. And it's like, what?
yeah, it's just like, and then we had a lot of people say, oh yeah, that shit's funny, and then they're just, that Party
Oh,
Shades is
that's a
good
great name. That's a great name for a sunglasses company. You guys should do that. Like,
And then when you change it, it's just like, that was much better.
no, it's like that old name sucked so fucking bad.
It's
Like,
Yeah, you guys definitely shouldn't have ran with that. Like,
Why did you
thanks
say
for lying
anything?
straight to my face. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
But like the little failures,
Two-faced
like the
fucks.
videos and stuff, like some of them do well, but then you had like the ones early on that we thought were hilarious and like just going to be bona fide hits, and they just were zeros, and you're just like, what's the point?
We've tried that because people were telling us like, you guys got to get on TikTok. I'm like, we don't want a TikTok. Like we really like that's above us. Like, or younger than us. Like we're too old to be on TikTok. Like, dude, that's how people are going viral. If you want your brand, like we're like, fine, we'll try it out. And like we would do stuff on there, like we're laughing hysterically, like, and then you put it out there, and then you're like, you know what the problem is? Like, as dumb as we were doing this is way too smart for anyone on this platform right now. Like, they just don't even get the humor level. Like we're doing it, like this is the funniest video ever. And then, or we released a low level flying video the other day, like super scenic, like rad low level surf.
Sketchy and illegal.
yeah.
Oh,
I got a story about that too. I got a story about that. But
everything
yeah.
was legal we were doing, but like we were surfing the airplane. Like we had waves higher than the wings of the airplane, like surfing the airplane, like having a blast. We're like, dude, this is gonna go viral.
Fuck that.
This
That
is
sounds
gonna
terrifying.
go viral. This is gonna be so much fun. And then like we posted, and like no one. We're like, dude, this is like the most like low level. Like you're basically in a wingsuit but in an airplane and just cruising.
I would fill up a wingsuit so quickly with
Rest.
excrement. Rest. Yeah, with rest. All that flying shit creeps me out. But like the thing is, kids are scared to drive nowadays. They won't even get behind the wheel of a fucking car. They got to get an Uber everywhere.
Dude,
Have you heard about this phenomenon?
Parents are giving their kids Uber allowances now instead of getting a kid a driver's license, which, all right, blows my mind. When we were kids, your parents were always like, stay away from strangers.
You had to steal money for Uber back then.
Yeah, don't get in the car with random people or anything. Now parents are like, no, Jimmy, just go get in the car with Susan. She's your Uber
Things
driver.
are very different.
Yeah, like you're like, it's like supposed to get in the free candy van now. Like That was frowned upon when we were kids.
Oh, that's the whole thing about like this new generation. Like when I was growing up, like you had to find pornography in a fucking bush. Now you just hop on the internet and you type in whatever, filthy mud, like fun, like bra photo, and you get the gnarliest stuff. Dude, you used to have to put fucking work in.
There wasn't even that gnarly of stuff to see back then.
No, it depends on what bush you looked in.
But yeah, I guess what homeless shelter you decide to go visit.
Yeah.
A lot.
They had the goods.
Maybe remember there was like the Bay Cities Press.
There was Yank. Yank. See?
Yeah.
They were free, I think.
Yeah.
Or you just sit there kicking it open.
Had all the stars over everything, but yeah, it was all there.
Could never get a clear photo of a penis.
It was because of the shape of it.
You're looking in the wrong
Rhombus.
bush.
You're looking in the wrong book.
Yeah.
But you used to go to liquor stores and they would have like the dirty magazine section with the black covers over them, and all
Yeah.
you saw was the top title and stuff.
Yeah.
But like you said, like this new generation just sucks. Like they don't want to go out and have fun. They're just like, prior to COVID, we had the biggest shortage of pilots that we've ever witnessed in our life. Because kids generally don't want to go fly airplanes. Like, why would I want to do that when I could sit home on my computer and go land an F-18 on Catalina? I'm like,
Well, that's true. Look at F-18, baby.
sick.
Come on. Like, that's pretty fucking sick. And maybe drop some bombs, like some napalm.
no,
yeah.
yeah.
Like, hey.
I mean, not to defend these kids or anything.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know, but I play DCS, Digital Combat Simulator.
my buddy
I'm
plays
pretty
that.
good. I can land on an aircraft carrier.
I heard it. I've never played it, but I heard it's a pretty sick game, and I heard it's pretty realistic as far as
Yeah.
like the process of like starting the airplanes, and you have to buy airplanes, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
If you crash, you actually die.
you actually-
You gotta flip all the switches. It takes like 15 minutes to start the plane up, and you'll go fly like a sortie.
Yeah.
And you'll have to fly like 30 minutes to the objective, and then you just get taken out by some AI SAM site. You never even got a missile radar or a warning or anything. It just boom, and then you're done. You're like,
what the hell?
yeah. And then
They
you gotta
play
start over.
the classic joke where you're on like you're gonna drop off supplies, like one of the airdrops to like a war zone or something, like there's a displaced community, something like that. But then the ground crew, they switch it with napalm.
That'd be pretty fun.
That would be really.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
in a video game. at
Like
least,
I
that'd be
heard it
cool.
was pretty cold out there.
Yeah.
Heated up real quick, real
Everyone
sticky
makes
too.
those ones that
Yeah.
darn-
They didn't like that
Styrofoam
payload.
and
They lit
gasoline
it on
doo-doo.
fire.
Yeah. Oh, shoot.
They're saying thank you. They lit their bonfire with the supplies.
Now we just gotta drop off the food. They can cook it on the fire.
Yeah.
Napalm was always fun to make. I don't think I can actually say it's just gasoline, styrofoam, some soap. I mean, anyway, but it's nice and sticky. Heard about it, never actually done it. Anyways, but
You gotta use the orange juice concentrate.
Is that the secret?
Yeah, it's sticky. Come on. Yeah, and it tastes delicious.
I don't know if you're supposed to drink napalm. Yeah.
Hey, it never steered me wrong.
I heard DCS is amazing. I know a lot of pilots that actually use it, and
pretty cool.
like you said, it's like you have to follow the full startup procedures and everything. And I heard it's pretty cool. I haven't actually seen it yet,
Yeah,
but
it's pretty cool.
I heard it's a pretty awesome setup and really realistic.
Doug just got an Oculus and he got VTOL VR, and
you get stuck
that's
in
a
the-
trip.
I got an Oculus so I can go to like events where there's other people and I can just put it on and just go like yeah.
He's like, what did I create? Like, you're gonna see Doug at the mid 400. Like, what did you see?
It's like
turning butter.
oh, you got to come to Thanksgiving, honey. It's like, okay, just let me grab my bag, and then it's like walk in like
What game is it?
Is he turning
What
butter?
game? What game?
I'm trying to get the airplane started. It's one of those old
Contact.
ones. You got to crank. You got to crank. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
It's like the
god.
South Park episode where you get stuck in the VR in the Oculus.
Chad.
The VR stuff's pretty gnarly.
Yeah,
but
it's
they've-
pretty cool.
but they've-
I had never tried it out, and I've finally tried it out, and it blew
You'll
my
see
mind.
some things you would not
Pretty cool. You
believe.
got to put the helmet on and shit, and it's I don't know. It's just pretty cool.
So are you gonna introduce this at the events now and like have like a Heatwave interactive building sunglass station with the VR?
Yeah, you don't even need like real sunglasses. It's funny because
You can try on.
we
all
were
the
just working
pairs
on
virtually.
a stupid Instagram filter where you can just like scroll over.
It's a very
and it just puts
intelligent
the
one.
glasses on you. You don't even need to buy the sunglasses anymore. Just
You see
virtual
exactly
shit.
how you look right there.
Yeah.
You just put them
But you
on.
just post it on the gram, and you didn't even need a pair. Yeah. You probably didn't even need to be there. You can do like a neat background and stuff.
Green
Like,
screen it?
yeah. There's no point to leave your house anymore.
We're gonna introduce him to the
no
Sims
point to even
too.
be
Yeah.
alive anymore. You just have like some like AI like carry out the rest of your existence. Probably do a better job than you would anyways.
Just
Yeah.
put a cord in your
Yeah.
brain and it just like does
Yeah.
everything.
Elon
for you.
Musk, he's about to do it, man.
Yeah.
He's also the one that said AI is going to be the death of humanity.
I mean, it is for sure. If it already hasn't.
Who's to say we're any of us are here alive right now, huh?
I know.
We're not in the
It's a
simulation.
trip. Could be.
Did you see it on any of those YouTube videos you watched? Maybe not. That's the thing. Maybe to erase it from your memory. I don't know.
Yeah.
Shit. Some Men in Black stuff.
Holy fuck. Well, real talk, real life. You taking Metamucil?
Yeah, fiber, high fiber.
Yep. Yeah. High fiber. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, as you get older, you need it. You know. Yeah, it helps.
I mean,
It keeps the morning regular.
oh, so regular.
Yeah, you don't want to start your day out with a failure, so you gotta.
You can't
Start-
be halfway through your day with a failure.
Right.
But
You start-
sometimes-
start each success the day before.
I like that.
Yeah.
That was actually that's
That's very
So
cool.
start it with Metamucil.
Another plug. Do we have a can? Do we have
Yeah.
another Mucil can?
Because if you fucked up the day before, then you're
It's
you
like a
fucked up on-
toilet snake
fucked
for your
up on
tummy.
Monday, your Tuesday is gonna be fucked up. It's just
It's
like a
good.
domino effect.
a toilet snake for your tummy.
That's a very proper.
Am I fucking wrong?
I mean, yeah. No, that works.
Yeah.
I don't know if
The
it
thing
works.
about fiber is it's coarse, and that's what like does the shit.
It zaps you like that.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So Heatwave Visual
It works well,
sunglasses
it's a
are good.
trick.
We got a lot of good stuff. The thing is, we got more stuff on the horizon. Like, we're always working on developing new products, always listening to customers, getting their feedback, trying to build out the product. I just didn't want to talk about Metamucil and stuff anymore.
The kids' lasers
No,
are
this
pretty
is
cool.
what I was
See,
actually
yeah,
gonna
yeah,
go to, so you're good.
Kids lasers were killer.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did great. We got a
You
lot
guys
of...
still running them?
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys just got shipment in recently, right?
Yeah. We
A very popular guy over here.
our trailers are probably getting stolen again.
You see him just going,
Yeah,
yeah. Yeah. The kids lasers. Yeah, they were just supposed to be done. Like in September, but they ended up taking a bit more time with COVID and everything. Things have just been crazy delayed, and so we ended up rushing like a small batch of them in just so we could have them by Christmas because we knew it'd be a good item. So then, as that a certain amount were done for production, we got them in, and then we got some more in right now, and then the rest of them are gonna get floated over here. But yeah, they are a product that we're going to.
It'll be
keep on the
staple.
line.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, people are pumped on them, and it's cool to see all the kids rocking them. Like, but again, another learning experience is like I just designed them off of a 10-year-old's head and tried them on like a 7-year-old and like a 6-year-old. And I have a 1-year-old. It's like, well, they're too big for the 1-year-old, but they seem to work on the 10-year-old and the older kids' heads. And then as soon as the first batch goes out, we have people just going like, who did you design? These are for toddlers. These don't fit my kid's head. Like, and I'm just like, did I fuck up? Like,
he's
what
actually
the
just
hell
emailing
happened?
back like, sorry, your kid
I'm just
has
like,
a fat
these are
head."
hilarious. Like,
Kid is a
hello, like
mutant.
crying face emojis and laughing. Like, you guys fucked up. They don't even fit the kids in the photos. I'm like,
They don't fit liquid kids.
I was like, so you think you put all this time into a project, and these things take us like 9, 10, 11 months to develop, and you like finally
At the
release
briefest,
it,
yeah.
and then within 3 days, someone's like, these fucking suck, like they don't fit our kids. You're like, is everyone gonna be saying that? You're like, holy shit. So you're like, you take this thing that you like worked on for a long time, you're like proud of it, people are stoked on it, and then like the first like little bit of responses or you're getting like these negative like comments, and you're like, fuck.
The brain is naturally wired,
Yeah.
though, to focus on
There's a lot
negative.
of a lot of positive comments, but it's like, all right, have people
They work
gotten
very
them
well.
yet? Like, and I'm like, all right, it's before Christmas. A lot of people are going to be waiting to get these things, like, and are going to be waiting to give them for Christmas. Like, is there just going to be this massive, like, disappointed mass, of people, like, and they're going to come back as like, what did I do? Like, and, it just turns out, it's like, well, you learn that, kids' heads, like, vary in shape so much as they're developing. And we had some 6-year-olds that they didn't fit, some 9-year-olds that they fit well, like 10 and 11-year-olds that they fit perfectly, and then you go back to someone even younger and they don't fit them, and then
It's all about how the doctor grabs the head when it's yanking
who knows,
it out
man?
of the.
like
Because you could get like
how they're
a.
gonna grow wide
like a
or
natural
long or tall,
mohawk.
and then their noses are developing, and this is all something that tried to make it like hook on the nose as best as possible, and they're with someone who's growing and they're flexible and everything, and
Adults can wear them. We can wear them.
Yeah.
If they fit us.
But
They
then
fit
you have kids
anybody.
with smaller heads since they're so flexible that they tend to not stay on their face. So I mean, at least they come with the strap. You think this thing out as much as you can, and like do a product that's well rounded and gonna fit the masses like decently well, and then you get these comments right away, and you're like, oh shit.
That's dealing with like just total negative publicity.
Yeah,
That's
it's a vocal minority for the most part. Most people are definitely stoked on them. The reviews are like really positive, but you get that stuff right away, and you're like, oh shit, did I fuck up? And you have a ton like that are still on the way, and you're like, in order to change these things, because we do all of our own design, it's all of our own molds. Like to go in and change a mold is like months worth of work, and then getting like samples sent back and forth. There's just a time suck. You can't do production when you're doing this stuff, so you're taking the stuff off the line, and so I mean that's just a most recent thing that we deal with, and like there's lots of
Multiply
products.
that by every product.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With that too, there's a lot of anatomy. Just thinking about like as it sits on the nose and everything like that with the face structure. Like there's kind of a lot of anatomy behind like actually making a sunglass work.
To get the anatomical fit correct. I mean, we deal with the fitment issue on every product. Like I think this one was a lot faster than some of the other products. Like some of the other products, we deal with stuff where you're going round and round and round and round with it, and you change one thing and it throws the whole thing off. And
certain materials can't be used in certain molds. You got an angle of something that doesn't fit right on people's faces. I mean, fact of the matter is, everything ain't for everybody. Unfortunately, there's not going to be one pair of glasses that fits everyone perfectly. We try to design with the most utilitarian and universal, but yeah, unfortunately, you just can't make everyone happy. And a lot of negativity from people just comes from their own self-loathing.
I know that's where.
Yeah. Why do you think we?
Yeah. A lot of self-deprecation goes on around here. So
that sucks to see like that tough publicity right out the back, because like people don't realize how much like development and research went into this whole entire process.
Nobody knows. Oh, it's so easy to like point fingers and go, why'd you do it this way? And it's just, well, there's a lot of reasons why we did it that way, and there's you can't try them on everybody. You don't know how it's gonna work, and we're still learning, exactly. And you do something for entirely different sized person and a different group that's going to be treating their products a lot rougher or like a lot differently, and expects it to be a certain way. And so you kind of got to learn as you go.
Baptism by fire.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing is like we're out here, we're making new products, we're trying to grow the line, we're trying to make continual improvements to it, and like keep people stoked, and offer these things. And there's always gonna be issues with stuff, but you gotta work through it and try and make the most well-rounded product. If you're trying to appease the masses, but then you make your specific products for the other groups if there is a big enough demand for it. Like things like the XL Vice, there was like a huge demand for that, and that was a giant fitment
engineering problem.
I like those molds. That's like one of my favorite ones.
Yeah. Nice.
I wear that one a lot.
As you're wearing like the Gen 1 like interceptors with like the old nose pieces. Yeah, that's another thing that we didn't realize, like that that nose bridge wasn't quite gonna cut it for a lot of people.
But it's always, when we notice stuff like that, we fix it.
Yeah.
We're always constantly to improve, and like it comes down to materials, how things assemble together, what materials like we use for contact points, all that stuff, like lens treatments, all that stuff is constantly being analyzed, researched, and improved upon, because that's like something that we pride ourselves in. Is not, again, we're not trying to cut corners. We do obsess over stuff like the surface area of a sunglass, it's pretty small. Like, fractions of millimeters can make all the difference. And like, that's the kind of shit that we obsess over so that we can put out the best product like that our customers are going to be stoked with. You know, we never push stuff out that we're not happy with. You know, not everything's going to be perfect. You know, Steve Jobs, that insane dude who did Apple or whatever. I don't know.
Is that the turtleneck guy?
I think so.
Never heard of her. Who's that?
She ran for president from Alaska or something. But perfection is the enemy of profitability or whatever. You like, as much as we obsess over everything, like we still have to get stuff out the door. So once we get it out, it's still constant improvement. Like we always want to make the product better for the customer. You know, that's really at the end of the day. If you do your customers wrong, you're not going to have shit to show for it.
Yeah. No, that's true. And then, you know, like you guys have a team behind you and managing all those people when it comes to like each person doing their part of the job to making sure that happens and everything comes out right. Like that's a whole task, you know, like you guys have created something like pretty awesome that a lot of people really love, and you guys are managing a lot of people but supplying millions technically of people with your guys' sunglasses.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
There's a lot of them out there, and like,
sure.
we again, none of this would happen if it weren't for every single person who bought a pair. That's the thing. It's like it's all about the customer. Like we're thankful for every pair that's sold, every person who puts their hard-earned money into buying product that we make.
Who takes the mold design? Like who kind of creates it? Do you guys have one of you guys kind of come up with the designs, or you collaborate on that? Or
we work on different projects, and we collaborate and stuff, and then a lot of it comes down to the manufacturer. We've learned a lot about, again, like everything that goes into making a mold, which is like way more complicated. That's a whole engineering feat in and of itself. And yeah, these things take time, but in terms of design wise, like we're always bouncing ideas off each other and making sure, like, all right, this is the direction we're going with this, that's the direction we're going with that. Like it has to make sense for us to put a product out, or
Well, that's true.
Yeah, it's gnarly. But yeah, we're both got our hands in it. I think Doug has been doing it a bit more as of late. But yeah, it's the design stuff. It can be gnarly and intensive, and you see the stuff after a while and you want to change it. And then converting things from 2D to 3D like completely changes it. And then you think you got something that's a banger, and then you get the first 3D printed sample of it, and you're like, oh my god,
have to change everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or then you get so far along in a process and you have to change stuff, and it just takes forever. Yeah, that's the thing is nobody realizes these things.
Learning fractions was the hardest part.
Since we're developing all of our own products, yeah, these things take a long time. We have projects that have been in the works for 2 years, like the USA Vice which should have been something simple.
Should have been a layup.
We have a frame that's already a proven design. And like the shape and everything is the same. We're just, changing the hinge and, doing a different material, like adding.
Trying to get it made in the U.S.
Yeah, trying to get it made in the U.S.
We want to do
the
more domestic
process
stuff.
Takes,
it was a nightmare.
2 years to do that. It's like, so you got to keep, you get some samples and you're like, all right, we're almost there. And then something else happens. Something happens on the production line. They're not approved. And, you just deal with these constant setbacks all the time, and that's what happens when you're developing your own stuff, I think. And maybe we're just really unlucky.
We definitely are. Yeah.
Do you guys go to the manufacturing sites? Do you travel to them?
Nah, too scared to fly.
Yeah.
No, it's something that we should do, but like we do care a lot about, again, all the minutiae, how things fit, and perhaps maybe we get too invested in it, but at the end of the day, the product has to be good, and we're learning. Yeah, things are moving. We're bringing in more people who have, more specific expertise in areas that we lack. The team's growing. Like, we want to offer more stuff for customers. It's all every day we're learning new shit, and it's always in a direction where we want to make things better. And we want to have some fun sometimes too, like ride a motorcycle, a fucking dirt bike, drift a fucking car, make like. There's that, there's the media projects, and like that's
stuff.
Justin heads those up, and like all the video stuff we've been able to put out with the athletes that we work with, like those are awesome. Love seeing the response on that. I mean, he can speak more to it than I can, but again, just being so fortunate to have talented people like that. We're in the middle of a podcast right now. You can drop a resume off in the office on the other side. Right on, man. Thank you.
Damn, see, this place is such a hot commodity. We got people walking in right now asking for
We
jobs.
should have invited him in.
Yeah.
Like, we got the third silent partner.
Yeah.
That dude would not be silent.
We should have just started asking him
we should've
questions
done
and
an
stuff.
Yeah, I should have just swapped seats with them.
Like,
Yeah.
hey, what's up? Like,
So when did you start at Heatwave?
Yeah, like,
I don't know.
are you
like a
eyeballing
couple
the
seconds ago,
trailers,
like-
perhaps? Like,
I was wondering if I could look through your dumpster.
Oh my god. Well, you guys, I mean, have created a pretty awesome company here, and you guys have some pretty sick products.
It's okay.
And
Pretty okay at best.
it's just,
yeah,
It's all right,
mediocre, I'd say. Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
it's
I'm
all
just
right.
kidding.
It's all
No,
right,
you guys
you
have
know.
some awesome stuff, and
Some awesome stuff. Wow, thanks.
Yeah.
okay, let me. You
Jeez,
have
this
all
guy.
awesome things.
Yeah, this guy's really tough. Like,
Is this guy wanting like everything to be like the best? I mean, like.
well, of course, that's what I've been saying the entire podcast. Of course, I want it to be the best. It's Heatwave.
I haven't
We
even-
care about the quality.
I mean,
You start pushing my fucking buttons about that shit. I'm just kidding. I'm not.
Hey, I'm out of here. I just got yelled at. I don't. My feelings are hurt now. I was gonna say some nice things about their products, but I don't even know what to say anymore.
nothing. Yeah,
Hey,
if
you know
can't
what
get
you can
behind the
say?
People, you can't get behind the product.
Yeah, we got passion.
Yeah, very passionate.
Love their product.
Yeah, they'll yell at
Yeah,
anybody
Doug's
about
got
their
enough
stuff.
passion for all of us. Yeah.
No, but yeah, you guys are creating awesome stuff, and continue doing what you're doing. And everybody go check out Heatwave Visual on Instagram,
My man.
and then obviously you can go on the website as well and order all of their amazing products.
Be sure to leave nasty comments on the Instagram. So
Yeah,
we
make
can,
fun
like,
of
obsess
like all
over
their
them.
stuff.
Report
Yeah.
as obscenity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unsubscribe. Smash
tell
that MF and down button.
Yeah.
Or
Leave
you
us
know.
like 1 star on Google and like also the Facebook ones because we can't do anything.
Scorch
about
us
this.
on Yelp.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely beat them up on all social
Oh, beat us up in
platforms.
person. Yeah.
that too.
That too.
Yeah.
That too. No, but thank you
Yeah,
guys for
please.
thanks for giving us the time to come talk to you guys. This has been awesome, and
No, thank you guys.
We're
This has been
cut
great.
off.
Yeah. It's
no more.
no, cut
Busy.
the fucking mic cut up there.
No, I mean, no, I really appreciate it because like I've loved the sunglasses since you guys started with it, and
Yeah, I've been supporting for a long time.
yeah, and I wanna we want to do follow up stuff with you guys too, and that's kind of a big mission with the podcast is coming back, following up, doing more episodes, doing vlogs with you guys, going out, meeting you guys at the Mint 400 or any of the races, and just kind of enjoying like showing our users the more inside, the fun side of everything you guys do outside the business side, because you guys do. I mean, it's you guys is nice 26-hour days you guys put in at work here. You guys get to have those a couple minutes of fun occasionally at the tracks and out on the course.
Like, I think I burnt through most of my free minutes for the year already. Yeah.
During this podcast.
Yeah.
Free time on this shitty podcast.
So you guys actually are not going to see Justin and Doug in the field this year. We we screwed that up, guys. We gave them all their free
And
time.
this podcast is never even going to see the light of day. And it's just like these guys are going to be like,
Like Heatwave's just another fucking
Just
failure.
rambled on about
Yelled at me. So
nonsense.
I'm not releasing this.
Yeah, like pretty bummed out. It actually wasn't recording the entire time.
The lens cap is on.
I'm gonna cancel Heatwave.
But stay tuned. Follow these guys. It's an awesome brand. They're
Follow these guys. Enough about us. We've been talking about ourselves the entire fucking time. What about you guys?
What do you want to know? We can talk about it real quick.
Well, where can people find you?
You can find us on Instagram.
Right where they found the podcast.
Yeah, right where they found
If you're
the.
listening
Yeah.
to it, I think you kind of
Maybe.
That's actually a funny thing though, because this happens to us all the time. Like people are like, "Oh, that's sick! You guys have a podcast. Like, where can I find it?" I'm like, "Do you not look at our like?" It literally says like,
How do you know I have a podcast?
Link,
He's
yeah.
like, what the
Oh, I
fuck?
could go on
Yeah.
and on about that.
Link in
yeah.
bio, Spotify. They're like, "Are you guys on Apple?" Yeah, we're on Apple. Like, we're on about 40 platforms.
Yeah,
we have no
yeah.
idea.
Stitcher? Are you on
As you
Stitcher?
get more popular, be prepared to deal with more of that.
Well, and it's pretty crazy because like all of these platforms have this crazy thing called a search bar too, and if you just type it in, it's like it's pretty wild.
I'm on your website. Do you guys sell sunglasses? Like,
Yeah, distilled down. That's
Yeah.
it.
You guys have actually had people ask, "Do you guys sell sunglasses on your
You
website?"
know, it's just like
yes.
it's
Yeah.
basically that. You know.
Does that happen like at the Mint? Like people come up to the tent, like, "Where can I find you guys?" Like,
No, I mean, it's
Are
just
these the free ones?
yeah. Everyone, these are the cheap fucking free sunglasses, right?
Right.
all our
We've got that.
models.
Yeah. No, it's like this is my livelihood.
These are 2 years in development for free stuff.
Yeah.
Fuck me, right?
No, it's yeah, but drop us your the links to everything so we can post it.
Yeah.
When we post this on our social media. And
We have a website now, justanotherfailure.com.
they got merch. They got sick merch.
Yeah, we got a shirt.
They got tweets.
We
Dope merch.
We have a T-shirt. We're gonna be coming out with more. We have one T-shirt on the website right now.
It's dope.
We're starting small, but
we're in the beginning stages.
but
like
we
you guys, right?
we got some new. They're not in the beginning stages
I
anymore.
said like you guys.
Were not now. Yeah.
Dude, I'm leaving.
It's okay. All right.
But yeah, just
Time to cut the dead weight. Am I right?
This guy, you kidding
gotta
me?
start his
Doug, you
own
want to start a
shit.
podcast with me?
Like
But
that was.
Hey, is Heatwave hiring? Or?
Yeah.
You can follow that guy who just came over here.
Actually.
there's actually a line outside the door for Heatwave employment right now. But yeah, you guys can follow us online, support us on our website. We're gonna be working with collabs, doing some cool things in the near future. Overall, guys, just thank you for taking up some minutes in your day today.
No, thank you.
Yeah, to come
Absolutely.
hang out. Great stories, and we want to do some more follow up as the years go on and the months go on, and come back and do a vlog with you guys and have some fun. So we'll figure out some stuff, give our users some cool stuff. Come support Heatwave because these guys are awesome. Their product's awesome, and you probably have seen their palm tree all over the place and wondered what it was. Now you guys know it's the Heatwave palm tree.
It's Heatwave.
It's Heatwave.
That's Heatwave for you.
That's Heatwave. But I mean, I have tons of more questions about products, but like we could be here for hours on end. But let's kind of have a follow up.
Then we'll wrap it up. We'll do part 2 when we're good and ready. When the wounds have healed.
Yeah, we got over this disaster, but we'll
When I build up my self confidence after getting yelled at.
Oh,
multiple
come on.
times. No,
You're
just
beautiful. Come on.
kidding. Nah.
You see how fucking straight his teeth are? They're fantastic.
Dude, wow.
He does have nice teeth, doesn't he?
Wow, look at that. He breaks you down and then builds you right back up.
Maybe next
That's
time.
what I'm all about.
Next time when we start, we'll just have you do the intro and you yelling at him. Like we'll just have you just scream at him. And then...
No, dude, we're all about positivity here, man. I don't like your vibe, dude. Jeez.
Bad vibes.
Come on, yeah.
Vibes, come on.
PMA, brother.
Yeah, but we'll definitely be back with a round 2, guys, and thank you again. And
If you guys could shave next time, at least try and clean up a bit.
Actually, I just did shave.
Did you?
I had a beard.
But that grew on your way here, like as you grow.
Yeah, quick backstory on this before we close out. I had the most epic beard.
The never-ending fucking podcast. I love this guy. It's because his watch
People
doesn't
have
tell the
already
time.
turned this off.
He has no idea.
Yeah, this is the
Stop
blooper
doing
reel.
it.
I had the most epic beard, and so when I fly, I have to shave.
They'll get caught in the propeller.
Yeah, it's tough. And so there are accounts out there that you let you have a beard, but if it's like not my account and I'm covering for someone else, I'm never just gonna show up like not clean shaven. So I had like this 3-month
TikTok accounts?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I had this most like big 3-month beard just going on. I got a call to fly New Year's down to Costa Rica. Like last minute call. I need you. We're going to Costa Rica. Going to Costa Rica for New Year's. And I was like, man, I gotta shave. Like I have a hunting trip coming up, but I gotta shave. This hunting trip's just gonna suck now. I don't have a beard. Whatever. I gotta go to work. So
you can't get a deer with
it's just more manly out in the wilderness when you have a nice beard. So I shave and I'm like, man, this thing sucks. I show up to the plane the next morning at 5 a.m. and my buddy Jim looks at me. He's like, what happened to the beard, bud? And I was like, I'm flying. He goes, oh, boss doesn't care. You could have. I'm like, you couldn't have told me this at 9 o'clock last night when you called me. Hey, bud, don't shave the beard. Nope, I shaved my nice big epic
It's
beard.
all gone.
Yeah, so now this is from as of January 5th. This is my.
At least you only have to wait 2 more weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll be all right.
You hairy bastard.
I've been working on this since I was 12.
The stash is strong. Your guys' stash.
I've never shaved or I've never used a beard clip or anything. It just
looks good.
I'm still trying to crest puberty.
Coming in.
Thank you,
Your
bro.
nuts are still numb, but it's
They're
coming.
numb as fuck from getting kicked in them so much.
Stuff off. We're
Yeah.
done.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you
Really
guys.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
you.
10-4 over and out, good buddy. And we'll be back soon.
All right.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
See you guys next week. Later.
Roger that.